like him, and it's Dane Cook plays his brother, and he has $3. He's like, I really like him in this, and it's like his wife died a few years ago, and they're on this family vacation, and he meets this woman, and blah blah blah. You should watch it. You should also watch The Way Back.
I've seen The Way Back. I'm very excited about that. Next movie I want to see is like the Simon Love movie with Love Simon or whatever it is.
Yeah, I saw that was on the plane, but then
probably watch that.
I gave my headphones to Gia, and I couldn't watch anything. Franklin, you can come sit in here.
This is your show, buddy. Get in here.
Where do guests normally sit? Here?
Yeah. The other one I haven't seen yet is Lars and the Real Girl, which I still gotta watch.
So good. Ragaz. Have you seen Blue Valentine?
Blue Valentine. Oh no, I purposely stayed away from that. It looks depressing as fuck.
It wrecked me.
It's the one about where they're just like the relationship is just slowly and depressingly degrading.
Yeah, but it's I really like it. It's one I tend to like.
Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit.
I tend to like.
No, adjust
the
your mic. You twist this little fucker and pull this down. There you go. There it is, right there. Now move your chair a little closer. Now you're asking yourself, it'd be easier to do that, Nick, if we didn't have wheels, right? The answer is yes. But the reason we don't have wheels, Franklin, is because Greg.
I kind of figured that it was his fault.
Yeah, it's his fault. He fucked it up for
everyone. If I guess it wouldn't surprise you, but the number of times, even off camera, that Greg just like does some sort of high kick, and it's a lot.
Greg's gonna pull a hamstring. Mr. Yasmin 300 in the chat says, Nick, I watched Star Trek Discovery on Netflix. I'll download the show on my iPad and bring it to you if you like. No, thank you for that, Mr. Yasmin 300. Important to note, Miss Ignacia Rojas has confirmed in the comments of the YouTube video that Star Trek Discovery is on the Chilean Netflix, so it stands to reason it is on the Argentinian Netflix as well, so I'll just watch it when I go there. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. We'll call that a strong option B.
Strong option B.
I think I need new glasses. I can't read that shit.
I have Kevin make it bigger for me all the time. But I kind of like the movies that aren't always happy endings. I'm kind of okay with that because that's kind of life.
Yeah, it is life, but also if I want that, I just live life. That's what I always think about. I'm like, you have to strike that nice line. Like it's whenever you want it. Like it's whatever you're feeling. The mood strikes you. But for the most part, I just want dumb shows. I just want stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be.
Did you ever watch the new Queer Eye?
No.
Have you watched the new Queer Eye on Netflix?
I don't know. I don't like how you said that as a positive, as if I've done it.
I'm asking both of you. I'm posing the same question.
But the way you word that, it didn't sound like a question to me. It's like, yeah, you watched that.
I was trying. I don't know. That's not what I meant.
No, I haven't.
You guys showed it so good.
Wait, I've actually
the new Queer Eye series on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
they
it's
have 2
supposed to be
seasons.
really good.
They're both very good.
Yusuf told me it was really good. He was like, you should watch it.
We talk about it all the time.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I've canceled my Netflix for like months now.
Why shouldn't you say it?
I don't know. Okay. It just feels wrong. I feel like I'm in the wrong company to admit that.
No, you're fine. I think about canceling Netflix every once in a while.
Why?
Because there's nothing really to watch on it right now.
There's always bullshit to watch on it.
Yeah, but if I wanted bullshit, there's a ton of free bullshit.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think there's some good shows on all the platforms, but like Netflix used to be, I think, really kind of a standout where they were doing a lot of cool, innovative stuff, and I just feel like they've fallen off in the last like 2 years. I'm like, yeah, there's
really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree
American
with that.
Vandal?
That's okay.
Queer Eye?
It was amazing.
What's the movie that I never remember that we watched that we liked?
What was that?
The 2 assistants that get their bosses.
Oh, yeah. Set It Up?
Yeah. I feel like they've done some good stuff that's not super, super heavy or serious.
Yeah, but like, Set It Up wasn't that good.
Really?
Yeah, not good enough to be like, would you get Netflix just to watch that movie?
No, but I feel like
That's what I feel like Netflix is now. Is just like, well, I've got Netflix. I might as well watch
But
these
the
series.
amalgamation of the good things that are on there totally make it worth it, in my opinion.
Sometimes, yeah. Like when Narcos season 4 comes back, I'll be like, I need Netflix immediately.
The Departed is now on Netflix, so that's reason enough to have
rub that in my face.
Yeah.
Just rub that in my. It's the same problem I have with like HBO, where every now and again something cool comes out of HBO. I'm like, I need HBO, but for the most part, I'm like, do I need to watch the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie again?
Why'd you watch?
Did you watch it in the first place?
My point exactly, Joe.
Hey, did you guys watch the Alvin and Chipmunks, the original movie?
The animated one?
From the 80s?
Yeah, with the Chipettes?
They won the world tour with the Chipettes? Mm-hmm. That shit was fucking dope as all shit.
It's the Chipettes were the coolest.
They really were.
I don't
And they
know
did the water
of
jet
this.
skiing scene where they were
Yeah.
singing, is it the B-52s or the Bengals or something?
Then they did the ooh ee ooh
Ding dang, walla bing bang.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
ee,
man.
walla,
So
ding,
good.
ding, walla, bing, bang.
Mr. Yasmin in the chat asked if any of us were going to go see Crazy Rich Asians. I'm going to go see it on Thursday night. Nick and I were talking about it earlier.
We were. I was watching the trailer earlier. Demetrius Newell says,
you,
"Sharp
Johnny.
Objects is the new hotness right now." You know what? Yes, everyone's convinced me to watch it. I'm gonna wait until it's all done and then watch the whole thing because I can't stand weekly episodic like shows.
Yeah.
I guess it's an episodic, but you know what I mean. Like I can't stand watching these week to week. I'm like, nope.
I went to
Netflix
the
has
end.
destroyed that. I don't know why we're still doing this week to week bullshit.
Okay.
Like, just put it all out for Christ's sake.
The Marvelous
watch
Miss Maisel.
Says John.
You watched it, right?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. It was
that's
really
one
good.
that I need to get back to because I love Amy Sherman Palladino, but I haven't done that. Yet.
It's really good. It's a really good show.
Shout out to the Scooby-Doo movies, though. I love the first
I've never
one.
Seen 'em.
Oh, Tim.
Tim finds these weird ways to disappoint me that you've never seen that and you've never seen the Princess Diaries
Never
movies.
seen
Oh my
Princess
God.
Diaries. No.
Fucking A.
Blockbuster to rent Scooby-Doo for me. You didn't watch it with me, man. I do remember that.
He's never seen the Mission Impossible movies, but then he's never seen the Shrek movies either.
That's the one that blows
That's
my
egregious.
mind.
Yeah.
This was like a big topic of discussion before prom when we were doing all the Smash Mouth stuff because it blew my mind that Tim
Now-
Gettys has never seen Shrek.
Thinking about it though,
It's true.
and I understand why. Because Tim is such an unabashed Disney lover
It's true.
that anything that comes out of DreamWorks, he just immediately hates.
So much
Except
of
for the
DreamWorks is
road
trash.
to El Goddamn Dorado
And Prince of Egypt, you know.
and Prince of Egypt.
Who did
And
The
Fern
Emperor's
Gully.
New Groove?
Disney.
Excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
Who did Fern Gully?
Fern Gully. Universal?
That
Buena
sounds
Vista,
right.
I want to say.
That's
Which is
Disney.
now Disney, but it wasn't
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. It's just so good.
Feminist Nerd says the Princess Diaries is the best. I'll tell you what. I've seen the first Princess Diary. That's the Anne Hathaway movie, right?
Yeah.
Dug it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dug
The
it.
first one is
They
really
shot
good.
parts of it in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Near my middle school.
Yeah, because she's
Near
like
your
from
house.
here, and
Mm-hmm.
then she goes to Lockvania or wherever the fuck Doctor Doom's from,
Genovia. Thank you very much.
and is the goddamn princess of that.
That's a good pull, though, Nick.
That was really
It
good.
would have been even better if it was Latvia. That's what it was. Latvia.
I like that Kevin Ace X is showing up now. Like, I don't remember ever knowing him, and now he's just in every chat. Just
I'm
there.
telling you,
I love
every
it.
time
Being a
Kevin Ace
presence.
X, if you show up, you're giving me consent to use all your pictures online.
Lexi Gunner hits the nail on the head. Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Matt, what's his name?
Matthew Lillard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like that's
I get it.
Linda Cardinelli.
Yeah.
Like that is
Cardellini.
thank you. Is a stacked cast.
Dude, I get it.
Dude, those movies
The
are.
movie's been spoiled for me, though. I know the twist at the end.
What you
I
mean?
And it's amazing. Don't spoil it for people that haven't
I don't
watched
remember the
What are
twist
you
at the end.
talking about?
You know what? I'm gonna watch Scooby Doo tonight.
Good.
Oh, Scooby-Doo.
Get
So
back to me
you'll
about
watch
the twist.
Scooby Doo, but you won't watch Grease.
Kevin's
2.
the one that
You
told
gotta
me.
bring me
What did I
Grease
tell
2
you?
and I'll watch it.
Okay.
Bring it to me.
I will
Mr.
buy
Yasmin
you
says, did you
Grease
see that
2.
Nicki Minaj
And then I will
responded
take
to
it back.
Ninja's tweet? I did not. I need to see this.
Oh,
She
Jesus.
quote
Is this still a thing?
God, I don't want to see this.
Is this the ninja, like, feminist thing?
Yeah.
Someone earlier asked me who my favorite Queer Eye guy was. And
Ramo. Fucking idiots.
no,
It's the only one I know. I
Anthony
just like his jacket.
is my favorite. He's such a precious little cloud of.
I cannot believe he's the same
Avocado
guy
loving.
from Real World.
Oh,
I just can't
Karamo's
fucking
second though
believe
on
it.
my list. Yeah, craziness. And he's coming out with that bomber jacket line, which I've already come to terms with the fact that Tim and I are just gonna have the same collection
That
of bomber
sparkly
jackets.
blue one.
Is so cool. And he specifically said that it's gonna be unisex, and he's gonna develop like a wide variety of them, which I'm excited
is
about.
this?
Karamo from Queer Eye is known for having excellent bomber jackets, and I've told Tim specifically to watch Queer Eye only for that.
And I did.
And
Only for that.
Okay.
And it wasn't worth watching.
No. Oh, it's not worth
IMO.
watching?
What?
I mean, for me, I was like,
Joey, cut.
yeah.
Cut him, Joe.
I don't see this tweet.
Do I need to leave?
No,
No, you
fine,
haven't watched
frankly.
it yet, so you,
Okay.
you
She
don't have
tweets way
a
too
strong
much.
opinion.
Nicki Minaj?
Cameron Abbott says Jonathan's always Jonathan. To be honest, he's like a little bit too much for me. I think he's on the lower end of my list.
Miss Jasmine says, Nick,
But they're all just precious and lovely.
Are you going to watch the Mark Wahlberg movie, A Mile 22? I'm going to be honest with you, Mr. Jasmine. Yeah, I want to watch that movie
It looks fun.
because it's Mark Wahlberg doing what Mark Wahlberg does best. America. America. As a person who was in the armed services, Franklin Sizemore, when you see movies like that, do you just go, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life?
I think
Where it's like one man basically can fucking win a war single-handedly.
I think it's all just garbage.
Yeah.
It's
So you want to see that? You want to see Mile 22 then? You're into it? Cool.
No.
I'm into it too.
No.
Apparently, Ninja retweeted her tweet. If that's an easier way to find
Probably.
it. Thank you, Mr. Yasman. Brianna, I did know about that podcast. I actually knew about him before with his Game of Thrones podcast too, or like show or whatever it was.
Ignacio
But
Ross is Nick stopping
sometimes he's a. I feel like the other guys balance him out a little bit, and I think him by
still
himself.
talking about Queer Eye?
Yeah, I could
Jesus
talk about
Christ.
Queer Eye for like an entire show. It's so good. People keep asking us to talk about TanaCon, which I know is long since gone.
Yeah, we
But there's a lot there.
I do want to talk about TanaCon still.
Wait a minute.
Are you still looking for that Nicki Minaj tweet?
Yeah.
Everyone just fucking forward it to Tim, please.
Because now Ninja's just talking about her new album. Like, I don't even see any, like...
What do you say?
Isn't that the one that she replied to?
I don't see any replies.
Maybe she did a
Kevin Ace
quote
X. Who is it on
RT.
Instagram? What's your damn Instagram name? Right now. Give it to
Rudy
me. in the chat.
Ortiz
I'll do it
Jr.
right now.
gonna come in.
And Ignacio Rojas says, come to Chile. I would love to come to Chile. Maybe one day.
Would you really?
The
why
FouseyTube
not?
July 15th thing
Where
is
they
a
invented
whole
the
other
pepper.
That's not true. at all.
crazy thing.
That's something I don't even know about.
Probably stole
Oh,
from the Peruvians.
Yeah.
the like
If it
lying
looks
about
like 15th,
Drake,
then you gotta
quote
believe
unquote.
July 15th, or it ain't gonna happen.
July
Mad Dog
15th
Nick,
was the day I was supposed to be born.
Mad Dog Nick 96
It
says,
has
I just
nothing
found
to
out
do
about
with
the new
this.
Michael Bay movie, 11/9. I think it's Michael Moore.
30th is
I
like
think it's
legendary,
9/11.
No. They did.
30th is legendary.
It's true.
They quote. Did you watch one of the newer Sugar Pine 7 videos? They did essentially that whole thing about like, oh my gosh, Drake's gonna come to
gonna
our
be here.
dude.
Yeah.
It's very funny. But I guess if you don't know about,
I just know the light references. I don't actually
Yeah.
know the story. I'm
He
one of them
just-
headline whores.
he just kept saying like, I met Drake, he's gonna be at this event, and like promoting that Drake was gonna be at this event, and then Drake's people, I think, coming back being like, I don't know what you're talking about, but then his event got shut down, so there was no proof that like Drake wasn't gonna be there because it never actually went through. He's a little bit out there.
Brandon S. said, Nick, how's the SNL book reading going? I finished that one a while back. It's really good. If that's what you're talking about.
I watched Superstar the other night from SNL.
Whoa.
Shit was cracking.
Fucking great movie.
Great movie.
Molly Shannon's best work and only work. Really didn't do much. Really a side character for everyone else's movies.
Shenanigans.
Let's see. It's a Kevin Ace. You put an underscore in between Kevin and Ace. Okay, I'll do it right now.
Oh, he's gonna call you out, bro.
Miss Yasmin says, Tim, thoughts on the first image of Dora the Explorer? I saw an image. I didn't realize it was real.
Man, they got the wrong one. They should have got my girl Malu. She'd have killed it.
Who?
Malu?
Malu, you know her? She's a singer. She's crazy.
They should have got Ariel
Winners.
Winners.
Nope, should have got Malu.
She did great in the College Humor sketch they made like 10 years ago.
About
Hey,
what?
Is this really it?
Dora the Explorer? Yeah.
That's really it, yeah.
All right.
Hi, Greg Miller.
Hey, it's Franklin Sizemore.
Sizemore's a dope last name.
Gotta go.
Is it though?
Hello.
I don't know. I always go back and forth on it. Sometimes I think it's lame.
I think it's dope.
I also like it. I feel like it makes a solid nickname.
I think Kevin's lying. I don't think Kevin actually likes me. I think he's annoyed that I'm
I
here.
never said I liked
Tums.
him. Never said
Yeah, I
that.
think so.
I
Find it
do.
for me.
I hate him, don't you?
Sometimes I feel that way.
Yeah.
Did you see the images of the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
I did
Says
not.
Adam Hogseth.
No.
Let's look at that.
On it.
Nick, did you watch James Franco's SNL doc? I have not.
Damn.
She carrying a fucking axe?
I think that's just a
That's
stick.
Stormbreaker?
I think it's a broomstick.
Oh, that's dumb. This looks fucking sexy. This looks like a
Look
sick.
at
what it looks
that
like?
dude's dope
It
ass
looks like the
fucking-
sex party from Eyes Wide Shut, and I'm
Oh
in.
shit,
Well,
man.
the password
dude.
is
Let's
Fidelio.
That movie.
Are you
Fidelio.
sure this is a reboot or a parody? I can't tell.
It's weird.
I hope it's a
man.
porn parody.
No,
Oh wait,
it's-
who's the actress in that?
It's a reboot for. Aren't they bringing in into the?
It looks like the daughter
Archie.
from Mad Men.
Riverdale,
Is it the
yeah.
daughter
Yeah,
from Mad
Riverdale.
Men?
I don't know who that is.
Why don't you
The
just go
Chilling
there?
Adventures
Kiana.
of Sabrina.
Sorry, Nick, we don't.
Yeah, if you would.
have some.
Kieran and
Yeah,
Sheepka.
I don't. Let me grab some, or whichever.
I got it.
She is 18 years old,
See,
born
this
in
pill's called Nazi.
Oh, yeah, she's from Mad Men.
1999.
Natalie Draper. Nick was right.
There you go.
Shout outs
Both
to Nick.
those, But the nauseum is like a charcoal pill. It's really good. They're like cherry flavored.
All right, give me a second.
Thanks.
I think it's
It's a horror themed series. This sounds like the most cool Greg ass shit I've ever seen.
What is it?
Sabrina the Teenage
Oh, it's
Witch,
separate
new
from
show,
Riverdale. Oh,
but
that's
it's a horror show.
interesting.
I'd like to watch TV sometime with Cool Greg.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just hang out with him on the couch like watching TV.
smoking a doobie.
I don't want to smoke anything.
That allegedly or something, I don't know.
No, it's illegal now. You're fine.
Sugar Free Daddy says, "quote This looks dumb. This looks fucking sexy." Who could have said that?
Nick.
You right there.
Yeah, I started watching Castle Rock. It's the first time I've watched
Yeah,
a
that
show
Stephen King
weekly
thing?
because, except for Raw and
gonna
SmackDown,
go
but like
drink.
I've been on Netflix train for so long. Even before
What do you
that,
want? Franklin.
Tim would tell me about
I can go get it for you.
like what Code Geass or this or that. You download the whole series and then force me to watch all at once or whatever.
Yeah.
So, not forcing, but you know. So this is the first time, and yeah, it sucks, man. Having to wait for the
Alright,
next
go for it,
week
man.
episode to come out.
I think that's how they spell it, by the way. If that's not how
What
it's
is
spelled, don't
Castle
worry about it.
Rock?
It's a Stephen King series, like on Hulu, I think.
Does
I
it
have
have anything to do with Fraggle Rock?
So good, dude.
It's a remake of Fraggle Rock.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Stephen King's take on Fraggle Rock, which is crazy because they don't play
That's-
instruments or
that-
whatever.
that
They
sounds
just
crazy.
fucking kill each other. No, I don't like it. I don't understand this concept of like, unless it's on network television, why you would do things weekly. Just don't. Just fuck off.
don't.
Fuck off. Seriously.
He's still coming back, man.
You know, a weekly show I've been really enjoying on Netflix. Michelle Wolf's
Is it good?
like weekly show. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. Not all the bits hit. It's comedy, but it's good.
I can't get accustomed to weekly stuff on Netflix. Like David Letterman's series, which is like a monthly, they released
Yeah.
one a month. I was like, why are you doing this? That's dumb. And it's not that good, unfortunately.
The Michelle Wolf stuff's good because it's like extremely topical.
That makes sense.
Like, it's as
no,
topical
that's
as
like,
you
I mean,
can get.
Chelsea was doing that too. Like Chelsea lately had a thing like that too, right? And now Joel McHale has his show on Netflix as well.
That one is not good.
It's just
Really
Talk
not
Soup, right?
good.
Or not Talk Soup.
But it's worse. Like I gave it a couple shots. I'm like, I can't. Michelle's show's gotten better.
Is it that Joel McHale's show's not good, or is that that format just doesn't stick anymore? Because I feel like it can't be any different than it used to be when he was on TV, where it was like the Tosh.0.
I don't know. It had a different vibe to it though. It's like there's something about
like it was
the TV.
better. It was actually well written.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I think it is the writing because like that stuff could be funny. DJ Kendrick, yeah, saying Joe McHale is phoning it in. The writer's room is weak.
What is this? Oh, this is the Netflix show he does?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it like Talk Soup, but it's just not?
Yeah. But I was saying that Michelle Wolf, the person that got all the trouble for the White House correspondence stuff,
right.
she has a weekly comedy show that's like up at noon,
Okay.
and it's fantastic.
Is Brian
So
Altano on
it's
it?
just as good as Up and New.
Brian Altano on it?
now.
Altano only made one appearance.
Well, he just had a kid, so
Yeah.
Okay, well.
you know he's got to take some time off.
Does Drucker ride for it?
Not that I know of, but maybe. He's working on a bunch of shit.
He does work on a lot of stuff.
Bunch
you know
of
what I mean?
Netflix stuff, yeah.
Kids ready to rock and roll?
I don't know. Are you ready to rock and roll, Franklin?
You know,
Have they
there's
warned
never
you?
a better
Have they
time.
warned you about the microphone? Turn it and twist it wherever you go. Stay up on it. Kevin might walk over, do this thing. That
He's
means
doing a great
Kevin-
job.
Here's what you do. Here's a better way to do it. Instead of, since you're in the middle spot, don't turn your head. Just look at people.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
There
There you
it
go.
is.
You got it. You nailed it.
Yeah, Franklin, you want to stay
Easier.
close, like no more than a fist away from the mic.
Okay. I mean, I've podcasted before. I'm not.
Yeah,
new
but
to
you've,
this.
Do you have these mics?
you've
Do you
done a
have these
bunch of
mics?
community podcasts.
Yeah, but have you ever
Yeah.
podcasted on drugs?
Let's
We
try
put
that out.
ecstasy in everything you ate and drank
We
today.
did. We had a good time.
That's great.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
I'm falling apart. I got a headache and I got an upset stomach.
What
'Cause
the
whatever
fuck?
the car ride home from what did we get? Chevy's was I don't know. I got my stomach got all ugh.
Is it?
twirly.
You're sure it's not just the Chevys you ate?
That's a possibility, but how could that be? I had like grilled vegetables.
I saw the vegetables they gave me, and I refused to eat them
They
because
were
they
not
looked like they
good.
fell behind something. Then were found days later, and like, oh, fucking, we'll cook these.
It was funny because they gave me the vegetables And some of them were hot because they were on the sizzling plate. But then I got over to the mushrooms, and they were cold and dry. And like, if you've ever had a cold grilled dry mushroom, it's like it has no moisture in it.
Yeah.
It tasted like a dried apple. Do you ever have those where you're like
dried apple slices?
Yes.
We
Like
know
dried
those
apple
things.
slices.
Oh,
You get,
yeah.
You can't really chew them because they're so chewy. That you
It's
have
like
to kinda
leather.
gum 'em.
You're eating fruit leather.
You know, like when Greg tries to kiss things.
I'm not sure if that's true at
That's
all.
how I do it. I go,
Oh, well.
that's how I do it. That's how I do it over there.
I ordered
more
the
you know.
carne asada enchilada.
I'm sorry. What was that? Blue eyes. Tim Gettys at Tim
It's
Gettys.
me.
Hype Gettys.
I was surprised that instead of getting what I imagine would be 2 or 3 enchiladas with steak in them, it was 1 cheese enchilada with a big ass thing of steak next to it. I'm like, I guess this is what I'm eating today.
You got to combine them in your mouth.
It was, and I did, but like, I don't know. I felt it was very misleading, Chevy's.
It's annoying.
Franklin Sizemore.
Yes.
The
that's-
man who requires no introduction. The Arctic Sloth. A pillar of the Kinda Funny community for years. One of the creepiest fans we've ever had.
That's too
How
hard.
was
It's
your
true.
food at Chevy's?
It's damn true.
My food was great. I had the surf and turf combo they had there. It was one of their special combos. So I was like,
Well, you're a special boy.
if they have a special combo, it's got to be good.
Exactly.
Because if they're going to stand by that being their special,
Like,
Was
if
it
it
good?
wasn't special, they shouldn't use the word special.
right?
Was it good?
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Good.
You also got one of the margaritas with the Coronas on top where they like put it in.
Yeah.
And the waitress really fucked that up.
Yeah, it started overflowing, and I had to suck it down real quick before it started.
Yeah, you
Now,
did.
has this been a thing for a long time and I just don't know about
the
it? 'cause I don't
garbage
drink that much?
margarita where they put the beer into it?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Joey Noel, resident alcohol expert. Joey
Hey,
Noel.
whoa, okay. I thought you said alcoholic.
No, I said I
thought you
didn't
said
say
resident
alcoholic.
alcoholic.
You've said it multiple times now.
I thought you were going to
Joey,
bring
give
up
me
that
the
old
history
joke.
of the margarita that comes with a beer upside down.
I
in
would
it.
just like to say that I got up from my chair when I just heard the Joey Noel part before I knew the rest of the message, in case anyone was wondering. The margarita with the beer, they have it at a movie theater by my parents' house.
Sure.
So I order it there.
Origin
and then
story.
Joe.
in the car, I said I hoped there would be one. And if there was, I would order it. And then I did.
When did this trend catch on? Because I've seen it, of course, in my John Kinzione's What Would You Do? So you know what I mean? He's out there, got the pilots drinking them. It's happening. I understand.
Yeah.
When did these catch the world
The
by fire?
zeitgeist?
Yeah.
I've probably seen them in the last year or two.
Whoa, I've seen it, I feel like, longer than that.
I first saw them
I
at
don't
WrestleMania
remember.
28.
What
Which was
WrestleMania
in
we at now?
Miami, Florida. I think we're on like 35.
Okay. Jesus.
But
Yeah.
I feel like their widely distributedness has happened fairly recently when they have the little clips that hold the
Yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, Chevy's knows what they're up to.
word you were
Franklin,
looking for
did
there
it
was
taste at all
distribution.
like margarita anymore, or did it just taste like an upside down Corona?
So
Thanks, Joe.
by the nature of this being served to me, I sucked down a lot of the margarita before the beer even got in there.
Sure.
So the tail end of it was just.
Yeah, that's
Corona.
my thing is I just feel like they're two separate drinks.
Yeah, I just feel like now Andrew Renee, who was watching this happen, did tell me that it was a different type of Corona that they use for this.
What?
It's not the Corona
Andrea
Extra.
Renee, resident alcohol expert. I feel like I
getting
ran
so
her name
close to
together
it.
there.
Yeah,
Like Andrea Renee. I right got there in the end. Can you get on shock mic and tell us more? This isn't a real Corona inside of the garbage margarita?
It's a Coronita.
What the hell does that mean?
It means a little Corona.
Okay.
Right, but the type of beer that's in it is not the exact same type of Corona that's in the Corona Extra.
Okay.
It's a little bit maltier.
Now, you've been around the block when it
Like-
comes to bartending. When did these catch on? I feel like I've seen them for a long time
Oh,
now.
it's
but
been a while.
Now they're everywhere.
Yeah, but you have to go to specific bars that have the accoutrement to set
Sure.
up the
Les accoutrements.
little Coronas inside the margarita glass. You both have to have a margarita glass big enough to accommodate the
Sure.
bottle
Sure.
and the holder for the bottle. Now, the holder for the bottle isn't 100% necessary because
Sure.
normally the ice will kind of keep it in
Right.
place, but it's
feel like
a
you're
little bit
threading the
nicer,
needle with that, though, when the
especially
ice
as
melts.
the drink starts to go down. Yeah,
it's gonna.
How
fall
does
out.
it not ruin the taste of the margarita, though?
it does.
Absolutely
Oh,
does.
perfect. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's just it's a thing that Americans like to do, Greg.
yeah, that's
to
right.
ruin perfectly good recipes by Americanizing
Yeah,
it.
because I can't. I mean, like Corona in and of itself tastes like salty piss beer,
That's not true.
and then you put
That's
that into
impossible.
a very nice tasting, like, albeit probably watered down margarita with tequila.
I
in it, and
don't know if it's
can't
very nice
imagine it
tasting.
tasting good.
I had them, and they were very sweet.
We were talking about
Very,
this earlier. I
very
think I was talking to you about this.
Because the Grand Marine.
Recently, I've been drinking a lot more,
Marnier.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the word.
Got it.
and I've noticed.
I'm going back to work now.
Thanks, Andrea. I've noticed that I've acquired a little bit of a taste for the craft cocktails. And
I'm impressed by this.
Thank you. And I think it started at RTX. I don't know where we went. I can't. It's all a bit of a blur. Maybe it was that Tuleco place or
Trulux.
Trulux.
Yes, you were on the cocktail
But I was
train
there
with me
before
there.
that.
Ow, my
I can't
nips.
remember where. Whatever we had done prior to that.
Before we went to Trulux?
Yeah, where were
we
there was something
worked. We
else,
did
right?
work stuff. We were
Oh,
working.
either way. Yeah, I hit. Oh, maybe it was Ransky's like going away party. Either way, I was like, you know what tastes really good right now?
A Moscow Mule.
No, not the Moscow Mules, because the Moscow Mules
The hanky panky.
have become a bastardized version of what they were supposed to be. Now, like a Moscow Mule, now they have the Moscow Mule
He's
mix,
right.
and it's
He's
fucking
right.
disgusting.
Disgusting.
Everywhere you go, I'm like, can I get a Moscow Mule?
Not
They're like,
everywhere you
sure.
go.
They pour vodka in,
Shitty
they get out,
comedy
they get out
shows,
the
yeah.
Moscow Mule mix, and it's disgusting. Oh no, where were we at Comic-Con?
The shitty.
No, before that. We ate it at a decent place. Anyway, long story short is I can't drink shitty cocktails anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They just immediately make me want to throw up. Now I have to have the
Eric Castro has
craft
to be there,
cocktail.
yeah.
Yeah. I have to have them take out the bee and squeeze the honey out of the bee's ass.
That's how bees
How
work.
bees work.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
And then they toast
They're all
the
the
honeycomb
buzz.
and they just
They
glide
do that
it.
thing where they
just glide over
light
water.
the fucking orange peel on fire for no reason.
and it just and I'm
express-
like, wait, is that supposed to go in the drink? They're like, no, we just wanted you to smell that.
We're
Yeah,
fucking
we're
purifying,
distracting you
getting
while
the
we pour your
spirit.
fucking Moscow Mule mix in there.
Whoa,
Dude, you know what it was that comedy show where I ordered the Moscow Mule and it tasted. They brought it to the table.
Which comedy show?
We went to a comedy show at American Comedy Co.
Well, you're not gonna get a good cocktail at an American comedy show.
That's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying. So that was the first time I remember, like in a very long time, getting a cocktail and going, I can't do this because it was like the texture of it was watered
Little bit of
down when
sand.
it came to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this possible? You just made this drink, but you know
Well,
what
it
I'm talking
kind
about?
of tastes like condensation.
Yeah.
Right.
Where it's like it smells like a Moscow Mule, but doesn't really taste like one. And you can just all you're tasting is vodka. And I'm like, this is just really shitty, cheap Moscow Mule mix. Like I remember back in the day when the Moscow Mule hit, and they were like, we're going to serve this in the copper thing. We have to
Give
have
us your ID.
Yeah, give us your ID because it's.
Do you
such an
remember this, or are you
important
too
thing.
young for this? You remember this?
Yeah, I do.
But they would actually make it out of. They pour the ginger beer and a little lime.
Give us the ID thing.
Well, they were.
People were
kept-
so into stealing the copper mugs that you had to give some kind of collateral so they wouldn't let you walk.
Yeah.
You know, you want to walk out with it.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Long story short is
You ate a
recently,
Chevy's.
like, and I was at Vegas the other day, last weekend for a bachelor party, and it was the same thing. We went out for a very nice dinner at a place called Mama Fuku's, which is. Have you ever been there?
I have been there.
It's
I've been there.
really
Went there
fucking-
with
really
Naughty
fucking
Dog
good.
once.
What did you think?
It was all right. Overblown.
Oh yeah, everything in Vegas is overboard.
Sure.
They're like, oh, this is the best restaurant ever. This is
Yeah.
steak, it's good, whatever.
Yeah.
We had a good time there, but they had a great craft cocktail called the Tiki Time, and I'm like, damn, this is fucking good. But it
You
was
need
like
to
made
give
with love.
True Lux in San Diego some love for that hanky panky.
That hanky panky.
You and I were all about that
Legit.
hanky
Now
panky.
we started with something else. We fucked up. Went to the hanky
We didn't
panky.
fuck up. We tried something different, then we got to the hanky panky.
But I also like that you're my cocktails brother.
Yeah.
My
That's what
cocktail
LaCroix
brother.
boys do.
Because I'm
That's
like,
what
I want
tag
to try
team
this. So I
champions
have
do.
someone I can talk to about
Co-champions.
this.
President Junior.
I recommend if you're gonna drink, have a drinking buddy that you can get the same cocktail with. You can commiserate. Because that first one, I was like, I'm not feeling this. We went to Hanky Panky. We're like,
Yeah.
we're locked in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we're gonna keep getting these all night. And then we didn't get any more because I was drunk.
Yeah. Well,
Then we went to that
this is the RTX of Franklin Sizemore. Get on my level.
Okay.
Where Nick decided he was going to be fun Nick the entire thing. So anytime Nick saw you not doing the fun thing, he would tell you to get on his level because he'd been
level.
drinking a little bit.
Okay.
It was great because he drank just a little bit, but that was enough to push him over the edge immediately Thursday night to keep him drunk all the way through Sunday. But what I appreciated is so quickly you lost the reality between Nick Scarpino and Johnny Ace, where you weren't sure who is who, and like you started playing a character where all of a sudden it wasn't a character anymore. You were just you, and you were just out there having fun, just being like, I've never seen it like this.
It's
It
fun.
was the awakening.
I got
the
home,
sexual awakening of Nick Scarpino.
And I showed my wife a bunch of pictures of Johnny Ace. And she was like,
Did you bring the shirt? Did you bring the sweatband?
no, Johnny had those. I don't know. He took those to Malta with him.
Sure.
You know he
My
went to Malta with
apologies.
those.
My apologies.
And my wife was like, "Oh, that's interesting. That's a new character you're playing." I don't understand what you're talking about. We look totally different. So I don't understand why people keep thinking we're the same person. It's really ridiculous. We have the same. I mean, it's like Tim and I. You know, beard, white guy, hair. But I just don't get why people. Where are you going with this? Is with the look on your faces.
It's just
for
one of
audio
those,
listeners.
you can just see it of like the split in reality, and I just wish. And don't get me wrong, I love your wife. She's an amazing
coming
woman.
tomorrow as Johnny
I
Ace.
wish she was down to be on camera like Jen and GR. Because imagine the bit we could have one day where we have photos up of her like kissing Johnny Ace. And you're like, what? You fucked Johnny? And it's like this Maury Povich
my
style
God,
breakdown.
that'd be
And
so
like,
You fucked Johnny. We were at RTX and we had to sign into this security thing, and Nick literally signed in as Johnny Ace.
That's illegal. I feel like that's
No, it wasn't a real security checkpoint. It was some
Johnny's not a
clown
real
shoes
person.
operation behind RTX. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on. They're not checking. They didn't check any IDs.
Yeah, they didn't check any fucking IDs. So I was like, this will be funny. So John signed in as John Ace. Actually, I believe he just signed in as John L. Ace Esquire because he likes to put his full name down. And that was it was fun. And then Tim started laughing when I showed him what John had done.
That is a great recap of the story.
It was really great.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy show each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early. How early, Arctic Sloth?
Probably a week early.
You could be watching it live as we record it right now, or watching it at your leisure on the Fridays when we put them up as one big video, one big MP3. The live show comes with the pre and post show. The video version comes with the pre and post show. What do you?
I just wanted to let Franklin know there's no wrong answer to that.
Yeah, it's.
Any
I
answer
mean,
really
I
works.
was estimating.
You got it.
You know,
Yeah, ballpark.
live
Not as
a
many
week
people
early.
watch it live. So
Let's
I mean,
put it
it's
this
like
way.
you could get it live.
You do get it a week early if you watch it like 2 weeks late. That's
I
how
mean-
math works, right?
Oh, God.
What do these people care?
What?
If you don't want to toss us any bucks, even though it keeps the mics on and the lights working, no big deal. You can head to youtube.com/kindafunny, where every Friday an older episode goes live. That's right, the 1 week thing over. Just don't be taking footage of yourself while I'm doing this. Franklin Sizemore, you're here because you supported us on Patreon.
Yes, I am.
Many
because-
moons ago.
Yes, and it was a very long time ago.
How long ago was it when you did this on Patreon?
Shit, it's been almost 3 years.
Jesus Christ.
Insane.
And you did it and you said, I can't do it yet because I'm in the Army.
Air Force.
I'm in the service.
Yes, because
Look how
I don't
fucking
want to
pissed
get
you
in
got at you
trouble
when you
for
said Army.
bullshit.
You said
because-
Army earlier. You fucking got it in my head.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow, Nick.
Right? Yeah.
My bad, man. I'll tell you one thing right now. It's the least patriotic thing I've ever said.
You'll
in my
make
life.
it up to me later.
Well,
I don't know what the fuck that
scared me.
means. We'll get to all that in a second. Of
scared
course,
me.
thank you for support being part of this. Thanks to the support of Patreon producers, Warren Moore, Tom Bach. Couldn't do without
First
you guys.
time, Warren Moore.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Warren
hit
Moore.
me up,
I
you
need
DM me.
more of Warren Moore. I
gonna get
need
it.
Tom Bach to get hit in the head with a rock.
Oh my God, it rhymed.
Yeah, because it's just Tom understands.
So negative.
No,
Tom
we're in the
understands.
brainstorm. All right, you know what? I want to see Tom Box, and we'll stop there. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that. We have a sponsor too. It is Burrow. We'll talk about that later. For now, though, let's talk about one Franklin fucking Sizemore.
P.
What do you wanna
Sizemore,
know?
Esquire.
You've been around forever, Arctic Sloth.
I
I
don't
know.
think that's accurate.
When-
When,
but-
when did you, were you on? When did you spring to prominence in the community? Was it during
Oh,
Twitch?
shit.
Twitch when I was still GameOverGreggy twitching?
Oh man, I don't even remember.
I feel like I feel like you're one of those Zyger types that's been around forever and ever and ever and ever.
I know it's it's post Kind of Funny Live 1. I know that. But yeah, anywhere after that is where you could place me. I don't know.
Sure.
Wait, you weren't at KFL 1?
No.
I have vivid
You see,
memories of you
a lot
there.
a lot of people think I'm places where I'm not, and
Sure.
I just remember you with various things covering your genitalia.
And that's
Yeah.
we need to get to that because
picture.
again, when I said you're one of the scariest fans, like one of the, you
and
know what I mean?
I'm really sorry for that.
No, it's not your fault.
No,
It's
but
just that
we definitely remembered you. You know what
you're
I mean? We
terrifying.
remembered you. Like Kevin, didn't he Snapchat you a bunch of nudes?
No.
No,
He would,
I would not do that.
He would like. I feel like in bed you'd show different angles, but everything was always covered up.
It was
Okay.
tasteful.
It was
tasteful.
tasteful.
It was
And
tasteful.
I kept opening them. You
What do
know
they call them?
I mean?
Implied nudes.
Implied nudes.
They were
That's what they
implied
are.
news is what
Yes.
they were.
Yes.
Which makes it totally okay that you're doing it on the internet.
I
If
leave
you
it
just
to
say
the-
implied,
I leave it
it's
to the
not porn at
imagination.
all.
I'm not a big fan of the implied nudes. I've argued
I
with one
definitely am.
Darshell Stevens on the
Why are
Twitter
you not
about
a big
this.
fan?
Because
Of
what
the-
are we
of the
implying?
name?
We're implying the nip, the butthole.
No,
like I mean,
yeah, the
what
do
is
they call this?
implied?
The soft
You're
entry.
literally
The
nude.
soft entrances.
You got to cover all the soft entry points.
But at what point is it? That's still. I just don't
so
think you're
proud of myself for that
implying
one.
as much. An implied nude for me would be something like this.
Let me see it. That's your butt.
Like you, but I'm implying
If
what
I
my
can- let
nude
me
would
say-
look like
if
if
I
I
can-
was naked.
Yeah.
Is that what it would look like?
No, I've shown my nude before.
I think that there's a very thin line between what is and is not acceptable apparently in our culture right now
For nudes?
and
Nips.
yeah for nudes and
the nips.
and
Nips seem to be the big thing.
and it seems to be the pink parts that seems
Sure.
to be the thing.
There's a common theme here.
So
I'm not
any-
allowed to show much of my body.
You can't show all your body's pink.
I'm very pink.
So you
Oh
should
my
just stay
God.
covered and
Remember
please
when
for the
he
love
showed
of
us
God
the sock
stop
picture?
going out in the sun.
Yeah.
Stop it. Although you did very well at RTX.
I've been doing better.
You didn't get burned at RTX.
Melanoma.
Comic-Con, you got a little toasty at Comic-Con.
Spicy.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm also, you know when it comes to me, I'm the most liberal person when it comes to thank you, sir. There it is right there.
Cool Greg just brought you 1 Tums on a very large paper towel.
That was completely unnecessary.
It's orange flavored.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
It's
tropical.
tasty.
That's how we roll here.
I don't understand why nudity is such a big deal.
Agreed.
That's all I'm trying to say. Let people go nude. I don't get it.
I feel
That's all I'm
like
saying.
a lot of places do let you, like Twitter.
Yeah, it's called Europe. You go to Europe, you watch TV, you're like, they're
Twitter.
just fucking right now. They're just fucking.
Instagram
We're just not allowed
gets
to
their
put.
goddamn panties in a bunch.
Yeah,
They're
what
so
the
mad.
fuck?
There's
What
like,
the
we
fuck?
can't. But Twitter, there's like, we don't give a fuck.
Twits don't care. Yeah, Twitter doesn't
don't
care
care
about much though.
All.
Yeah. Instagram got a big problem, and I feel like I just want to know who the narcs are that are reporting the people.
Oh,
right?
you
Our friends get their
motherfuckers.
pages taken down all the time. Sometimes they don't even do anything. Then there's other people's pages, cosplayers I'm following, and I'm like, I see the areola. I see the areola, just not the bud.
implied.
Just not. No, it is not. It's not implied if I can see it for sure.
Yeah,
for
that's just
sure.
naked.
But
That's
if you
not.
can't see all of it, you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know everything. You don't know
It's
the
true.
details.
Maybe there's a hook there. You
Who
don't
knows?
know. Maybe they got little fish hooks. You hang plants off them like you do in the ceiling.
Jesus God!
I mean,
You
no
ever
one
seen
knows.
that kind of porn? You
Yeah,
ever seen that kind of
oh,
nip?
are you
Nobody
kidding me? I
likes
watch
that.
every kind of
Too
porn.
far, guys.
What's too far?
Look at
This sexuality is sexuality, and like
Yeah, why
apples
are you
are apples.
scared
Nick's
of
a
Fucking
Fucking
go to the
sexuality?
orchard. We're there. You're Johnny Appleseed, Tim. Ring a ding ding.
Ring a ding ding. I'm Johnny Appleseed. That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
now,
not
Franklin,
worried
why would you have not come on the show when you were still in the service?
Yeah,
The
Well,
Air
you know,
Force?
maybe perhaps I could get in a lot of trouble for that kind of
No,
stuff.
sure.
They can't. They got
And
no.
if people
don't
could
have
trace
top
me
policy.
back to my service, they could.
No. I think
Yeah,
we just
it could-
demonstrated
it
What
could
pretty
did you think?
well.
What did you think was going to happen? Do you think that was just going to be like a sergeant, a lieutenant, or whoever else in the? What is the?
I don't know.
Get-
who
Things
was the
could have
person,
been.
a colonel.
I didn't want to risk things bubbling up to.
Sizemore, what were you thinking?
You look like 10
That was
pounds
like,
of
is it
shit
like
in a
that?
5
well,
pound bag.
not really.
Okay,
no,
shit, sorry.
no.
That's that was me being stereotypical.
I mean, I get it.
Okay,
I
my
understand where you get that from.
Sure.
A lot of this.
A lot of movies.
A lot of movies
Jeez.
just portraying the military as just one thing, and it's.
Well, I just watched Full Metal Jacket,
Oh, so you totally know the military.
so I'm 100% in
What the hell?
on how the Marines work.
What's the
Yeah,
movie with
okay.
Damon Wayans?
That's
Major Pain.
Major
Major
Pain.
Pain.
Major
We're
Pain.
Also a sequel to Full Metal Jacket. A lot of people didn't know that. Crazy.
I didn't.
Yeah, Platoon fits right in the middle of those two.
So, of course, the memory of the nude stands out there.
Oh God.
Then there
Of
was
course
the
it
other
does.
one. Wasn't there an Extra Life where you drank yourself into oblivion on a live stream?
Yeah,
For the
there
kids.
was.
For the
I
kids.
think that was
Thank
extra
God.
like
Those big, beautiful
2015.
kids.
Yeah.
I drank a lot and played Rocket League.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to save the kids
I
more
ate
than
some hot
death by
peppers.
alcohol.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure,
I did
sure.
alcohol and
Kevin, we have a mistake over here.
I got it.
Thank you. The Tom's napkin came in. The Tom's
Tim, you
napkin
got
came into
some
play.
napkins right here.
see.
right
The
there.
thing is, it was behind my microphone and I couldn't see it there.
Don't worry.
It
Don't worry.
happens,
It's
man.
fine.
And you know,
It's
object
fine.
permanence. It's
Man, I'm
not,
telling you right
not
now, you
everyone
got a
has
lot of
Sure.
head on that beer now.
You have to
gotta
suck
that
it
thing
down, just like you suck down
All
the
day,
end. You know
dude.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I will say hot peppers and alcohol.
No, that's a bad
Don't.
mix. Don't do that. No,
Don't.
don't do that at all.
Thank
no,
you.
don't do
Tom,
that.
dude.
I'll move this over here. Okay.
Hey, cool Greg.
Dude, my
if you
phone's not
request
gonna
another
die.
fucking Tums.
It's fine.
Cool Greg.
Oh God, he's gonna request another Tums. I know what he's up to.
Yeah.
Let Cool Greg be Cool Greg out there. Don't worry
No,
about
he's
it.
you don't understand about this. You guys think I ironic like I'm making fun of Cool Greg. I am not making fun of Cool
no
Greg.
one thought that. No one thought that.
And I don't like it because you guys laugh at it and he gets confused. He thinks that I'm making fun
I
of
don't
him.
think he's confused. He's just like
He thinks we're all assholes, which is true. Which
No.
is very true. We are
Some
all
of-
assholes,
some of
but
us.
not toward him. I want Cool Greg to know how much I appreciate all of his his idiosyncrasies, his nuances. I should say. I shouldn't say idiosyncrasy. Nuance. Jesus Christ.
Good job, Kev.
I just want people to know that. I want him to appreciate that he didn't just palm the tum for me. He took a tongue out, which I assume was some sort of like ice tongue you get in the hotels, you know?
Yeah.
Took the tum out, put it on a perfectly square
tum.
and brought me a tum.
I want to get back to your service, but how many times have you been at, well, not even anymore. They don't do it anymore because now everybody's afraid of fucking AIDS and tuberculosis.
Yeah.
But remember when you used to go to the fancy restaurants as a kid
Yeah.
and they'd have that weird bubble thing with the mints in it and then the long spoon and you dig around and get the mints, then you dump them in this little hole and they'd roll down to you and you eat the mints?
Well, no, but now people are just
hell is he
giant
talking
fucking
about?
wusses, and they have to have everything individually packed. Which is
Yeah.
why then I get to listen to Andrew or Renee scream at me for why we don't have to recycle everything, and I'm like, it'd be a lot easier if it was all just in a big bucket.
Yeah. But then I remember the thing about it. I remember when they moved to the big bowl and the spoon to get the mints, Tim, to get the mints. Because the urban legend was. The urban legend was. No. It was that at some other fancy restaurant, a guy had done a stick-up job. Held them up, taking their money. Then on his way out, grabbed the mints, right? But dropped a whole bunch. And the cops are like, we'll get him from his fingerprint/DNA on these things. And when they ran tests, they found multiple other people's urine on the mints.
Yeah,
because people piss on, they do bathroom stuff and then they touch the mint and then the mint, it's all over.
Man.
But I don't think they had the technology to identify urine like that back in the 80s, so I don't think that's true.
Rumors.
And
it's
also,
like the finger at KFC.
Also, shout out to those mints they give you at steakhouses that are kind of chalky.
Oh, yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. Hell yeah, Kai's Restaurant, North Avenue in Glen Ellen. Hell yeah.
Shout out to the mints at Olive Garden. The chocolate mints.
Those, yeah.
Of course.
Man.
The Andes.
Now, I'll say this. The last time we went to Olive Garden,
sucked.
It was not great.
Trash.
But
when you guys almost went there today for Franklin, I was like, that's not going to work.
Me and Joey went last week. It was good.
I like to make Andrea happy. She likes Olive Garden, and here's my theory on this. Follow me on this walk.
I'm on it.
If we make her happy, she'll come over more and hang out with us more.
Sure.
And she's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to eat at that just horrible place, Olive Garden.
It just sucks that we default to the chains when we have the big group. You know
There's
what I mean?
nothing else around
Well,
us.
it's easier too.
Where are we gonna go?
with
Detroit's?
9 people.
Well, last time I went to Detroit's, the only time I've been to Detroit's, if I'm thinking of the right place, it might be Lisa's. It was a giant empty place. We could have gone.
Lisa's was great. We could have gone there today, but Kevin dropped the ball with suggesting that.
What?
So-
Good point.
It's kinda
It is on
Kevin's fault.
Kevin.
Do you
It
think
is
he
on
dropped the ball?
Kevin.
Absolutely. It's always, whenever there's an opportunity for Kevin to be at fault, he's at fault. That's just how it works around
I feel
here.
like the blame really does kind of go fast around here. Like one of the things that we did at lunch today was I think Andy was just in the middle of a sentence, and for no reason, all of us just immediately gave him shit.
Yes.
So that was kind of fun. That's what we do here.
Was it all of us? Was it just
Me,
you?
You.
Who else?
I think Joey was involved.
Joey
in this
probably
shit
got involved,
getting.
yeah.
And then
Joey.
Andrea did the eye roll, like I'm above this, but she also laughed, which is consent. To
I feel
being
like
part of
we're
the joke.
breaking her down.
Oh God, we are.
It's like
What I like. Here's
We'll
what I
know
did
when she
think
starts
of.
wearing T-shirts to the office.
She does it
That's
once in a
when we'll
while.
know.
Here's what you
We're
need.
getting there.
Here's what it is. Here's where we're at with Andrea. All right? She's very much April O'Neil, and we're 7 Ninja Turtles.
We are.
And she at first was like, "I don't really want to hang
Yes.
out. I don't want to hang out in the sewer." But now she's kind of digging the sewer.
Holy
You know what I
shit,
mean?
dude.
Right?
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna push just one step further and be very literal.
Kevin's
about
the
this.
one member of the Foot Clan.
No, Kevin's gonna have to be. What was the rat?
Splinter.
Splinter.
He's not our. No, I don't want to learn from him.
No.
Yeah, no, but he'd be funny. And follow me on this.
He'd be
we
funny.
we all go this Halloween when you throw the Halloween party and everybody.
In Toronto, you and me got it. Okay.
Fuck, we are doing that. Damn it! Next Halloween.
Jen did propose just doing a Halloween party on Halloween, which would be like a Wednesday.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, we
Let's
should
do that.
definitely do that.
Let's all go as Ninja Turtles, and she can be April O'Neil, and it'll be great. And Kevin and Cool Greg can go as Bebop and Rocksteady. How about
Nice.
that?
Y'all got jokes.
I really like.
I really
everything
like
about
this idea a lot.
Dude,
which
that
one
was
do you have
really
to be?
good.
Leonardo
I'm proud of you.
No
Leonardo
problem.
DiCaprio?
No problem. Now, Franklin Sizemore.
Yes.
Tell me about this. Is Nick's topic, and I'm just taking it up. But
Yeah.
I want to know Air Force.
Yeah.
What happened there? Why did you decide to go serve your country?
Oh, God. Well, mostly because I was a dumb kid, and they like to recruit dumb kids who don't know what they're saying.
Did you jump in right at 18?
Yeah. I actually made the decision when I was 17. I went into what they call the delayed entry program.
Sure.
So, yeah, I was part of the system.
So wait,
for a
dial
little
me back
while.
even further. Dial me. Where are we when this is happening? What
Paint a
state
picture.
in the Great Union of the United States are we?
Oh, goodness. I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay, heard of it. Heard of it.
Amish country. Are you familiar with the Amish?
Yes, of course.
I know
Weird
Amish
Al.
people.
Yes, absolutely.
Were
Just
you
like that.
You were an Amish.
No,
Okay, just making
no.
sure.
A lot of people.
I
like
don't
to
know
say
anything
that-
about your backstory.
No, I lived
other
across
than the
from
nudes
an,
and the drinking and the service.
I lived across from an Amish farm for a lot of my childhood life.
Okay.
And yeah, so I was
Were
in.
they cool?
They kind of kept to themselves.
Sure.
So
Okay.
it wasn't. It was
Was
more of an
it-
annoyance when you'd come by them when you're driving and they're in their horse and buggy and you're
Sure.
going up a hill and you don't know what the hell's coming on the other side.
Now, did you at any point encounter anyone that looked like Seth Green from?
Yeah.
No, no.
Sex trip.
Yeah.
Sex
Absolutely
ride.
not.
What was it?
Good luck with
Sex
the
drive.
good luck. Good
Sex
luck
drive.
with the space ride, future man.
Yeah, I've never seen that. No, I'm just kidding. I know what that is. It's a
No,
good movie.
no, nothing of the sort. So yeah, I was going to some. It was a really weird school for me.
Okay.
Honestly,
What does that mean?
I mean, a lot of people who held a lot different beliefs than I did.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Thank you, Cool Greg.
yeah, it was kind of rough. I got bullied a little bit.
Okay.
Being the minority at that school.
Okay.
The minority. which-
V1. Yeah. How
like,
big is the school?
Like graduating class was about, I want to say, between 300 400 people.
Okay.
Sizable.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a huge school district. It covered a lot of land area.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you don't like high school then? High school's no good.
Oh God, it was awful. I will say I was also a terrible person back then. But
What does that mean?
I mean, I was just
A shithead kid?
I was a shithead kid.
Weren't
yeah,
we all?
Yeah.
Weren't we all?
So you think to yourself, I'm a shithead kid. I'm in this place. It's weird. Naturally, the armed services is going to straighten me out, or what?
No, it was more of, oh well, shit. I don't believe in myself. Like growing up, having like all that shit around me, like being put down in the ways that I was. It was like, man, I just don't fucking believe in myself. There's no way I'm gonna make it in college if this shit is
Gotcha.
bad.
Okay.
So yeah. That's kind of the route it went. So I was like, yeah, I'll just go in the armed services.
How does that idea get put in your head? Is it the commercials in the movie theater? Because that's where I usually see most of the stuff. The
Did
few, the
you
pride,
watch
the
the movie
Marines, the
in the
Army,
Army now?
Stripes. Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
No, it was more of just like looking at my options, right? Like I kind of just went out and looked and see what kind of jobs were available and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll give this a shot.
Okay.
Some real shit.
And so Air Force is what you pick.
Yeah.
Why do you pick Air Force?
Because my dad wouldn't let me do anything else.
Okay.
He was in the Army.
Okay.
His dad was in the Army.
So why not Army?
I heard a lot of bad stories about it. Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest, I heard it was awful.
Sure. But Air Force isn't supposed to be as bad?
It was more of I just didn't know as much about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it bad when you get there?
So from all accounts, I have friends who've went in other branches. From all accounts that I've heard of, it's actually a lot easier.
Okay.
But
When you say easier, do you mean in terms of like boot camp? Do you in terms of the kind of work you're doing? Like what do you mean?
Mostly the boot camp, like the kind of initialization, getting in
Right.
part was a lot easier.
Yeah, I spent some time with a friend of mine over the weekend who was a Marine, and he talked to me about how their boot camp was like I think 3 months long.
Yeah, the Marine boot camp. It's pretty awful. My older cousin, who I lived with for a while, he went to Marines, and man,
that seems like a long time. Now, granted, I obviously you have to get people into shape. You have to get people like skilled at like weaponry and combat and things like that. 3 months of that harshness of discipline seems like it would be very difficult psychologically.
What I've always heard, right, for the Marines, I don't know anything about Air Force, and I want to know more. But for Marines, right, is the idea is that it might be from a movie too, but that they tear you down to build you back up their way, right?
it's basically indoctrination. They're just trying to get you to where you think less of yourself and more of the whole.
And is Air Force like that too?
It is to a certain extent, but they don't work nearly as hard to break you.
Okay.
Where did you do boot camp?
San Antonio.
San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's where my dad did boot camp when he went into the Air Force, which is
It's
crazy.
been there a while.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, because I don't talk to my dad a lot about his service, but he was like, I asked him about that, and he was like, yeah, it was really hot.
So
That's all he would
it
tell
was
me. I
really
was like,
strange
oh,
for
okay.
me. It was like off and on. Like I went in August of 2012, and then like by the end of it, it was starting to get cold there.
Yeah.
So it was just weird. Just the flip flop back and forth. It changed really quickly. Like it was really hot when I got there, and by the time I left, I was freezing my ass off.
Interesting. So you go. How long was the boot camp?
It was 9 weeks,
9 weeks. So
about 2 months.
2 months ish.
Yeah.
Do you regret the decision? Like as it's happening, like are you down with it? Or are you like fuck, I fucked up? Or like
As it's happening, I'm like, sunk cost, man. I'm already here. Fuck it. Fuck it. What am I going to do if I get out right now?
yeah.
So at what point do you realize this may have been a little bit of a different experience than I thought it was going to be?
So
Like day one, you get off the thing and they're yelling at you, you're like, this fucking sucks.
So right after the basic training, they send us to do our technical training. I went in as a software programmer, so they did a little bit of technical training for that before I went to my first assignment. And it was at my first assignment where I realized, oh shit, this is not for me.
Oh, shit. Was it like,
Yeah.
because I imagine it's like this. You get through boot camp, you get on the other side of it, and your drill instructor just high fives. He's like, dude, you're done. We're good. All that shit bullshit. There's no
You
real
never have to
war.
run again.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about this anymore, dog. And then you get to work and it's chill and everyone's donuts and coffee and there's no protocol at all.
No, after that I went to about like 3 months of training for my job, and it was basically like high school all over again. It was kind of bullshitty, all these different cliques and shit being bad to each other, and it was
Was
just
there
a whole
anything
bad
redeeming
situation.
about this experience for you?
Oh God, probably not. Honestly, like
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Did you get to fly a helicopter?
Huh?
Did you get to fly a helicopter
No,
or an
hell no.
F-16?
Were you
No.
ever in a helicopter?
No.
Did you guys
It-
ever
it's
listen
actually
to
been
Air
pretty
Force
kinda
Ones by
lame.
Nelly? while you were there.
I'm sure we did at
Did
some
you ever
point.
How much
jump-
volleyball did you play?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it was really stupid. It's this game they had us play. Once I got to my first duty assignment, do physical training like 3 days a week, and one of the days we'd do something fun. And their idea was this game called Volleyball, where it was an indoor volleyball thing with walls that you could smack it off
Oh
of.
yeah, I know volleyball.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
I hate
we
that
used to do
game.
that. We used to play that in college in racquetball court.
Yeah,
You
that's
put the
exact
thing up and
same
You
thing.
can go everywhere. Yeah, I did not like that game.
I hate it.
It's difficult. I like racquetball though. I had a friend broke his foot one time playing racquetball against himself. He was just practicing.
Yeah.
He was not very skilled at the game.
I had a friend who blew out his knee in college jumping off the Porsche to go chase another friend.
The Porsche?
The Porsche.
Okay.
Porsche.
I was like, damn, he dropped off a moving Porsche. Good for him.
And all I heard was his knee. Fuck, good
Slang.
job for him.
Yeah, so I mean, I think about this a lot because obviously, I often wonder like how would I respond to these types of environments? And
Not well.
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't like authority. Well, I hate authority, and so I'm not a huge fan of running. So I feel like maybe the armed services would not be for me.
It was pretty easy for me, honestly. Their physical
You're
requirements
so
were
in shape.
Yeah,
Oh, we
I
get
was
it.
in shape. I was coming off playing soccer in high school, so I was already there in shape. And I actually, since entering, I've fallen in a hole.
Put on a
little
couple.
bit,
Yeah, you're all of what 120 pounds now, or what's up?
around 150.
Yeah, okay.
Looking good though.
You look great.
No, that was always my thing too. Is I feel like it would always go kind of how 5th grade, 6th grade basketball went for me, where people were yelling at me, and I was just like, "Why are you yelling? Like this
Yeah.
is fucking 5th grade, 6th grade basketball. You know what I mean? Calm down, Coach Ryan. You're fucking Jim's dad. You know what I mean? Like,
Fucking Jim's
Jim's dad.
does
dude.
anyone care about the DuPage Parochial League fucking trophy that hardcore? Gee, chill out.
I mean, I think there's a fine line between pushing people, especially younger people, to like try to achieve things they don't
Sure.
want to do. Because I was like that. I was like, I don't want to run. And my parents were like, well, you should play soccer. And I'm like, all right. I don't ever remember making the choice to play soccer. And
Yeah.
maybe at one point I was like, it'd be kind of cool to do that because I thought, you know what it was? It was the shin pads that I thought were really
They
cool.
look cool.
They looked like
you
Batman
could
shin
kick through,
pads.
yeah, you could kick through.
You
some
can kick
stuff.
through stuff. And I was like, maybe I'll do that sport.
One day I'll kick things.
But I don't think I ever realized how much running was involved
yeah.
in soccer. And I distinctly remember doing AYSO soccer when I was young. We were the Gators. We got green.
Chomp.
I was like, that's pretty cool. And I was doing my first lap around the park, which I think was, when you're a kid, they don't really make you do too many laps. And my feet hurt, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit down for the rest of practice. And when I did realize that after like 3 or 4 weeks, finally the coach looked down at my feet. He was like, maybe you should just loosen your shoes a little bit. And I did, and it was a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
Yeah, no, Mom used to always
That's how
threaten
dumb
me.
I was.
Mom would threaten me once in a while with having to make me play stuff or do stuff. She's like, if Mike Boylan can run cross country with his asthma, you're gonna have to do it. When I was just being a real
You just
shitbag
cried?
kid,
You
and I
just
was like, dial back. No, I just then you try to act good, so you don't have to go do that. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to go do that.
No one wants to run, dude.
cross country. What a fucking scam that is.
Oh,
Hey
God.
kids, just run through the fucking woods in some kind of organized fashion. What the fuck are you doing?
Not
I
only
see
that-
Poe doing. I'm like, why are you waking up doing this, you idiot?
But they don't
Hate it,
like
dude.
once you get there, they don't give you a ride back. You got to run back. That's the shitty
Nightmare.
thing.
Nightmares.
all this running, man. None of this makes sense to me. Obviously,
Sure.
Gia, it makes way too much sense to. She fucking loves running.
She's out of
she
her
runs
mind.
all the time.
She's out of her mind.
And so I keep telling you guys about this Orange Theory thing she's doing. This
Right,
gym cult.
right.
Yeah.
That she wakes up every morning to do. But Curran and Shari do it as well. And a lot of it's running. Some of it's rowing. Some of it's burpees and all that shit. But a lot of it,
Is this CrossFit?
it's not CrossFit.
Okay.
Different thing, different cult. But there's a lot of running involved, and they like put little like machines on you to see like your base pace and all of these fucking things. It's like role playing essentially. Like
Yeah.
you get a bunch of stats and you get awarded for all this shit. So Curran
That's
does
cool.
it, and he just fucking just
Role-playing's
dominates, and like he just doesn't ever listen to what they're saying. So he just like runs 10 times faster. He never goes at base pace. He always is pushing way too hard. And Gia had to call him out and be like, "Why don't you just run? Why are you paying to go to this class when you're just
Running.
you're not listening to any of the instructions. You're just fucking going. It's stupid. I don't trust anybody."
Well, you do things at your own pace, but it's nice to have. I think a lot of people respond to having like, I'm going to go do the thing as like, because I think the hardest part for a lot of people is just motivated to go to the thing. So if you have a system in place where your friends are doing it and other people are going to do it too, you just go and you just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense to pay $250 a month to not listen to people.
Yeah, but you get the cool bracelet, so
You have to
Yeah.
pay for that additionally.
dope. You know how I like things.
Yeah, you do love that
know how
shit.
I
Maybe this will get you to run if you have to pay for it.
No, run it. I swear to God, there's just got to be a different chemical that gets released in certain people's brains. Because when I run, it feels like hell. I don't like it. It's never been fun for me. I've never once. You know how people go, oh, you just got to keep fucking
Runner's
doing it. You get
high.
the runner's high,
You
man.
hit your stride.
No. What happens is my heart feels like it's beating out of my chest. I can't really breathe that well.
Smokes.
My fucking knees hurt. I don't want to do it. It's just not. I just don't think I'm built to run. That's my personal opinion on it.
I mean, I agree. You know, listen to your body. That's what that was the problem. I think is like probably kindergarten, first grade gym class. We had a teacher named Sister Judy, and if I'm lying, I'm dying. She had a cat puppet she wore, and this is long before South Park. This is a decade before South Park. She had a cat puppet she would like talk to the kids with because we were all kids. And there was a thing that said, "Listen to your body," and I was always like, "Well, my body says I'm not fucking running." You know what I mean?
Well, that's the problem.
You run for a little bit, and like this hurts, and no one's ever like, "Well, it hurts for a little bit. You got to push through that." I remember the first time in high school when I was like, man, I need to drop some lbs or something. I actually tried to like work out or whatever, and I was doing push-ups or some shit. My friend was like, well, how many are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, I just do it till my arms hurt and then stop. And he's like, no, you need to keep doing it when your arms hurt. That's when you're building the new muscle. You're doing all this stuff. I'm like, that makes more sense. I'm only working out for a minute and a half. I'm like, this is easy. I don't see any fucking change, and it's pretty easy to do all this shit.
Pretty good about myself. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've never like. I think back to like when I was a kid. That was one of the things that we talked about during the documentary, where I was like, it just totally opened my eyes up because they go back to like when I was younger and they show pictures. I was like, oh man, I was always kind of chubby. Like I had this thing where I thought like mid-teens I started getting fat. No, I was fat.
I thought I had seen
fat.
when you were like I was fat and you show like the marching band photo. I was like, he was a husky kid. I knew and like when they put up the young version of you and then the college version of you, I was like, oh my God. Like what I thought when you're like, I was a big boy at IGN. I'm like, oh yeah, you were big. But like then you say, oh my God, that was you slimmed down.
Yeah, I know.
That was you slimmed down.
IGN was when I was proud of myself for how much weight I'd lost. I was still around 220.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about it a lot when I think about like if I had a kid, how do you motivate the kid to go to like how do you get a kid to know that pain is good for them? You know?
I think you talk about it. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing is like I feel like so I swear we're getting back to service and everything else. Not that you care. This isn't even your topic. You want to talk about something else. Dude, you're like, please don't talk about this.
It doesn't even matter.
For me, I part of it, of course, all of my problems and psychoses are the problem of my mom and my father, right?
Of course.
You know what I mean? They did this
blame
to
it
me.
all on them.
They did this to me.
I do it all the
Tim.
time.
You did.
See, this is
to
a
me.
topic, by the way. This will be the one topic my mom does listen to.
Oh, mine too.
And she will call me a month from now when
Hold
she
on.
gets around to
Let
it.
me get out of it because I'm joking around a little bit, but it's just like my mom and dad had no interest in sports growing up.
No, mine neither.
So it was like there was none of that, and like so it was like let's play in the yard or do whatever, but it wasn't like here's an athletic part of it. And I really feel like when I have kids, it's going to be like, all right, let's go whatever sport they're mildly interested in, whether it's football or whatever, and then the explanation of like running and getting faster. And I think the whole trick I've seen with children is just don't act like if you don't say it's bad. You don't act like you don't like whatever you don't like. They're not gonna like. So you know what I mean? Like that's can be good and bad.
But
they're gonna hate fucking Green Bay. Awesome, that's great. But like as long as I don't express how fucking much I dislike beans, they'll like beans because Jen will fucking feed them beans, right? And like it's vegetables, whatever. You don't make it a big deal. Don't make it a big deal. When the kid falls down, what happens? If a kid falls down and gets hurt, and someone's over like, oh my God, are you okay? Well, the kid knows it's a big deal. Well, you're like, yeah, okay, get up. They're fine. I've seen this a million times with my friends who have a bunch of kids.
But how do you
Arms
account
hanging
then
off.
for what you don't say? And I think this is where it's hard to be a parent. I have to imagine it's hard to be a parent because the kid's going to see you playing a lot of video games and be like, oh, I want to play a lot of video games, and they're never going to see you doing like playing football or encouraging them to do those things.
But that's the thing
so they're
is
naturally going to gravitate toward the things your dad likes.
Shittily, kids are drawn to want to run around and do shit. You know what I mean? When you're a young kid, they fucking love that. I see these. I'm so excited when people want to play. My friends have kids and they start getting into video games. I go over there. I'm like, cool. Let me show you this thing. We get 5 or 6 minutes in. They're like, cool. Now let's go kick a fight. I'm like, bitch, you aren't through the tutorial yet. Sit your ass, and they're gone. They're out there fucking swinging wiffle ball bats and running around doing cartwheels.
They're like puppies.
Exactly.
Missing.
Huh?
I saw some kid trying to hit a fucking wiffle bat in Golden Gate Park yesterday. Like, why?
Because
why are you so bad at this?
You miss
you stupid
100%
little
of
shit?
the wiffle balls you don't hit.
But I feel like that'll be the thing.
That was him. That was his
We'll
story.
have Portillo 2. He'll have a lot of energy. The kid will chase Portillo 2 around. I'll be out there. I'll throw the ball or whatever and all this stuff. It'll be fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, then I will, of course, inevitably draw them back to video games.
Yeah.
And do this stuff.
Of course.
But maybe like I don't mean to bring up old wounds and dust off things.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I could be a valuable member of the climbing community. And since you guys came and went on that train, never let me on the
I'm
fucking.
ready to climb
you
back
never
on.
let, I'm ready to climb on the train with
So
you.
full of shit.
Well,
I'll do it.
you're definitely a card-carrying member of the cyclist community.
I am a cyclist, and that's a great point.
Yeah.
Like the kid wants to go ride bikes. Yeah, fucking let's go.
But let
Tie
me
your
ask
ass
you this
out.
Now I saw you guys doing the pictures where you and Jen
Jean-Pierre
went out
Saint-Onge
and-
Miller.
So do you legitimately go, hey, we should go for a ride today?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, and I like riding to work. It's just been foggus lately.
Yeah.
Been miserable every morning I wake up.
Awful.
It's always spitting down the sunset. You get up, I'm like, I don't ride in this fucking shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's what happens.
I love the weather. It just sucks for when I want to ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I grew up in a household very similar to yours too, where my parents just weren't into sports. They just
Yeah.
weren't. My brother played football, for a little bit, and then broke his tailbone or some shit like that, or hurt himself. My
Seems
mom
like
was like,
something Matt
"Well,
would do."
you're done.
Yeah.
You're not playing football," which I was fine with because I had no inkling to play football whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I had a tendency where like monkey see, monkey do, where like I just followed my brother in everything he did.
Yeah.
So by the time I became aware of what he was doing, he started doing theater, and I'm like, I'm gonna do theater. But
Sure.
I already started in band because I'm like, that's just seems like it's so much easier than football.
Sure.
And I don't know, I never played football, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
A lot easier.
Well, again,
than
it's the
football.
same thing. Like I tried to, like that was my thing. Like I always joke around about not having enough testosterone, right? In the way that I just don't have that competitive edge. I don't get like motivated like in gym class or like in gym class in high school. I remember like fucking playing ultimate frisbee. And like one of my like not friends but acquaintances getting so angry that I wasn't running up and down the field trying. I'm like, it's fucking gym class. What are you fuck? There's a great scene in Superbad, right, where the exact same thing happens. Like it's fucking PE. What are you worried? What are you
Hey,
fucking
Greg,
talking about?
I
Yeah.
was that kid.
Which one? Yelling at me?
He yelling at
Why are
you.
you yelling at me?
I was awful.
Who the
That's
fuck
why.
cares? And so that's my thing is like when I'm challenged on that thing of like being competitive, I naturally pull it back. And so like that was the thing. Like way late, I was like, man, I love all the college football and Madden games. I should, football's cool. I like watching football. I should go and like I went to do football for like the rec league or whatever, or not rec league, the park district. And it was like I got there and all these kids have been playing football together for like 7 years at this part.
Sure.
And so it was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you don't know any, and I knew nothing. Like, I don't know any of the formations. I don't know what's going on. And I did that for like 2 weeks and I was like, all right, cool. I'm not making any headway and this isn't fun. Bye.
Yeah, that
I
was
did
like
track and field. It might
you did
surprise
track
you.
and field.
I kicked ass at it.
Were you a pole vaulter?
I was a high jumper,
Nice.
long jumper, and the little fucking baton race thing that they
You
did.
got those long
Relay.
ass legs.
The relay race.
Relay race.
Relay race.
Hey, you're a
huh?
tall guy. You got a
I
good
did that
physique.
shit. I did that shit.
You could be.
Tim is so
Long ago.
active.
Jack.
Tim is
I was
so
active.
You are active.
Very bad at basketball. That never changed.
Oh, I was terrible. I'm terrible at basketball.
So now is this why people in high school didn't like you think? Because you're yelling during gym class like fucking, get on the point.
No,
Get the paint!
no, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was just
Bring the beer.
a racist thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What race are you?
So I'm a quarter Japanese, quarter Korean.
Oh, okay. You're very beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But then it's just a bunch of white people around you.
Yeah, just a bunch of white people
Like, you
around
don't
me.
look like us and we're gonna be
there were
super
maybe
rude.
like in my graduating class, there were maybe like a handful of minorities.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a little bit rough, but yeah, it was a lot of that, and then it just kind of reinforced this idea that I just keep to myself and
Oh, sure, because like no one's reaching out to be part
try.
of you. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
it
a
was
tough
a
road
bad
now.
sitch.
Yeah.
Fuck
But
that
that
shit,
continues on in the Air Force, you're saying, right?
Yeah, and then
Same reasons? Just a bunch of white people being like, oh, who's this guy?
yeah, well, it was a little bit more diverse, but it was already ingrained in me. Like, man, nobody likes me. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
like, I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
about trying to impress anybody or trying to make friends.
Sure.
I'm just gonna do my own thing and do work and see who likes my work. So
Okay.
So where are you at now? Do you feel like
I almost did it again.
It's okay.
do you feel like you found a group that welcomes you?
Yeah, for the most part, I've diversified a lot of different communities that I'm a part of. But yeah, I have a group of people that accept me for who I am, and I do have a core group of friends from my old high school, and
They're
yeah,
just kind of racist. They weren't full racist.
so
they were full blown racists.
Casual
they
racism.
do say some things that I kind of cringe at,
yeah.
but I'm like, I know they don't mean it in the way that they're trying to say it.
Sure.
But man, sometimes I struggle with it. I'm like, y'all just calm down.
Yeah.
Don't do
Have
that.
you tried having that conversation? Do you feel like it's just not even worth it with how ingrained it is?
See, they know it's wrong. They legitimately try, but it just comes out all the time. Like it comes out. it happens.
Now the fucked up thing, of course, is when they say this in another group and somebody calls them on it, like, well, no, I have an Asian friend. Like, he's fine when we say it.
Yeah. No, I try. I try to make them feel bad when they say shit about me.
I try to give them the guilt trip.
I do my damnedest to try to change them, but.
So then, at this moment, how long have you been out of the Air Force now?
Oh shit, it's been. Well, so I went on leave at the end of my term. Like, I saved up all of my paid time off.
Yeah.
And took it at the end. So I haven't actually been to work since late July. Or no, early July. Actually.
Geez.
Yeah. So
We're recording this mid-August.
Yeah,
Thanks,
June 30th. I actually left base.
Oh wow! So this is super recent.
Yeah, but so I waited until now mostly because scheduling and stuff. I knew you guys would be busy.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the thing.
We're the top of the
mentioned
to-do
this
list.
earlier in the show, but like to make it clear to people, you paid to be on the show.
Yes.
Years ago, and
Yes.
just couldn't do it because of stuff. And so now you're cashing in, Money in the Bank style.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
appreciate that.
He donated the Patreon dollars and was like, I can't wait to meet Colin.
And years later, you lucked out because we raised the price.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
you
yeah,
got in-
great
you got in
point.
on
Great
that
point.
fucking-
Yeah.
What a
So-
steal.
So what did you said software stuff, right? Like
Yeah,
what was your day-to-day during the Air Force?
Oh God! So for the first 2.5 years, I was working on this web application that was basically a storefront for technology and stuff like that. So I was doing everything from coding to testing, requirements, QAing, all that kind of stuff. Everything that you do to get a web app up and running.
Okay.
So I did that, and that was right after the technical training that they gave me, which was not sufficient.
Yeah.
And I did not get the on-the-job training that I was supposed to get.
You were just tossed to the wolves.
So I
figure it
was
out.
just kind of tossed to the wolves, and it was bad. We were in crunch for like months at a time, and it was pretty bad.
Now, do you think that's because like was the stress from the specific like nature of software engineering and software designing? Because you hear a lot of these same stories coming from like a video game industry where people have to like sit and be there for days on end and sleep under their desks when it comes to crunch time, or is it because of the specific culture of the Air Force?
No, I think honestly it was probably due to just the circumstances of being right out of training, being so green in it.
Okay, so for you, it was just I
was a beginner, and they just
doing.
threw me right into like the worst part of it.
Interesting.
So they could have done better. They could have brought in people for that project that already had experience, but instead they threw a new guy who had no fucking clue.
Did you finish the project?
So I stayed, like I said, I stayed on 2.5 years, and we did the best we could.
No, but that's the thing though, like, because that's a question I have though is maybe you don't realize how much you learned, but by being thrown into that sort of like trial by fire, deep end, sink or swim, maybe you did actually take get a lot of experience from it. Do you feel that way?
I feel like I got a lot of surface level experience in different positions on that project.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
So then, again, it's just my ignorance of what it's like to be in the armed services. You're working on this. You're developing this web-based portal. Does that mean, like, are you living on base? Are you still having to run? You're wearing a uniform, right?
Yeah, so it was... Yeah, uniform.
Running is my big concern.
Yeah,
obviously.
You still have to run.
Yeah, we do PT physical training every like three days a week.
But is that something where you're like, okay, I reported this thing, or is it on you to be like, hey, you have to hit physical requirements?
So it depends on how well you test.
Okay,
because every year you do a PT test, or if you're not in this excellent category, you have to take it twice a year. You have to take this physical.
Were you excellent?
Yes, I
Look at
was.
this body.
Absolutely.
Of course he was.
Absolutely.
Because my big thing is like for people who are cops, right? Because I always think like, I don't know that I have what it takes to necessarily be in the armed services. That seems like a lot of responsibility. But to be a cop just sounds cool. You know what I mean? And I feel like I could probably get through police academy provided that I never have to do any running ever again. Like I want to be like Sipowicz from NYPD Blue, where he was kind of overweight.
That's the big thing. When you look at cops on the street, most of the time I'm like, the grappler could outrun you.
Yeah,
I'm not worried. The grappler.
Is that because he's got the help of Stogie?
Stogie and grappler. Yeah. The way it would start right is like, we're doing a little bit of cosplay role playing here, all right? Like, I'm the grappler in this scenario.
Yeah.
You're the cop, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And you're like, freeze, and I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? And I walk towards you. No, you don't have a gun drawn.
Nope.
You're not there. You're like, freeze.
Is it ready though?
Well, usually when they say freeze, they have the guns out.
All right,
Sometimes
so you're gonna
guns
say,
out.
let's just you're not freeze. You're just there. No, not two
Yeah.
guns for
Oh,
sure.
sideways guns.
No.
He's got you dead
Fucking
right
ready
now,
here, dude.
Me and Stogie are about to pull a job. All right, let's just stop. We're resetting. You're the cop. You're outside. Obviously we're known to be supervillains.
Yes.
But like we're still catching you off guard because we're just showing up or whatever.
Yeah, we smoke
So
bomb.
you're
Stogie's
doing
there.
that thing where you like do that like you do that thing where you knock your head up and you get one of these looks like is that the fucking Grambler? And I walk over and I pull out a map of San Francisco and you're like, oh no, it's just a fucking it's
dumbass tourist.
just a tourist dressed like a
dumb
Grambler.
fuck
I understand.
tourist.
And I walk over I'm like, excuse
Cosplaying
me,
as well.
sir, is this the Diamond Factory? And you're like, yeah, it is. While I've been doing this, Stogie's gone around you. He's got down on all fours, push you over the side.
shit.
You crack your head open on the cement, blood everywhere. We run and take all the diamonds.
Guns
we
just
grab
fucking
them.
shooting in all
You
directions.
didn't have the guns drawn.
2 of them.
Yeah.
That's not how cops are. It's not like the old West anymore. They don't have 2 guns. Even though that'd be awesome if they did. And if they did that thing where they crisscross to grab them.
Hell yeah, dude. It's the
Fuck
only way,
yeah.
man.
I got
Fuck yeah.
so engrossed in that story and this pen that I don't know what the hell we're talking about anymore.
I met a cop this weekend that I actually really enjoyed and liked. And I was like, oh, you're a young cop that seems like you actually really care about your job and you're not.
Where'd you run into this
relaxed.
cop?
Some
Where'd you
party
run
I
into
was
this
at.
pig?
Some party.
I don't
was
think
at.
you're- it's
it
a
was
joke, it's a
refreshing
joke.
because,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I've met so many cops like that were like people my age or a little couple years older. Do not take this shit seriously, and it's all
They don't take it
fucking-
seriously.
Or it's like they're assholes, and it's like they have.
Well, I feel like you
horrible-
get really jaded being in service like that, where
Yeah.
you just see the worst. Like it's like being a dentist, right? When's the last time you went to your dentist and you were like happy to go to the dentist? Right? You're like, I'm
What
super
does
excited.
that fucking mean? That doesn't have anything to do.
No, here's what I'm saying.
When was the
Here's what I'm
last time I went to a cop and I was super excited? Hey, somebody's
That is
murdered
my-
on my street.
That is my point. That is exactly my point. Is cops have to see the worst of
Got
everyone.
you there.
You see
Damn
what I'm
it.
saying?
Fuck, he did get me, everybody.
you.
He
Like,
got me.
No one ever walks up to a cop and was like, "Hey, man, just to let you know, I think you're great. You're doing a great. I hope you're having a great day." Like, when's the last time you did that?
People do that all the time.
No, they don't. Like,
Yeah, they do.
okay, sure, randomly, but then you have to see someone with their fucking head split open on the sidewalk, and you have to deal with someone who's
God,
clearly
the
lying
grabbler
to you,
struck again.
and it's fucking horrible, right?
Him
Like,
and Stogie are pushing people over on the sidewalk.
this is where I feel like you gotta like. It must be so difficult to be a cop, or in this
Sure.
case, the worst of the two, a dentist.
See, I don't agree with the dentist thing because I am happy to see my dentist. My dentist is
No, you're
bomb. He's
not. No
awesome.
one's
Yeah.
happy to see the
Well, I don't ever have
Oh,
cavities.
totally
It's just
totally
chilling.
like, oh, let me just fucking. And they bring out the fucking comical needle with the.
Two
Why
of
does it
them.
have a thumb
Sideways.
thing? Why does it have a thumb thing?
First off, if we're gonna start talking about who has the shit end of the stick at the dentist office, it's totally the technician.
Yes.
Technician does all the fucking work. They do all this shit, and then the dentist comes in. He's like, "Yeah, good. All right, see you later, man." It's like, why is your name on the fucking thing?
No,
Why isn't it
yeah.
Nancy's name?
Why is it
Nancy's in
Nancy?
here. She's fucking 8 months pregnant. The fucking X-ray machine's going
I
around
can't-
my dumb head. No lead on her. That baby's coming out like shooting
I got
fucking beams.
telescoping eyes. I got telescoping eyes.
I thought it was beams
Yeah,
coming
no.
out. It was
Oh,
like
yeah,
it was a
oh.
real Ghostbusters
Yeah,
toy.
just-
Their eyes were
Eyes
coming out.
pop out.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't understand. I feel bad for the poor son of a bitch that always has to floss me. Because I'm like,
That's the
they're
technician.
like, did you floss? I'm like,
No.
I'm not going to lie to you because you're going to know in about 10 minutes
Yeah,
anyway that I
you're
don't
getting in
floss.
there.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting. Sorry.
When's the last time you had a cavity?
Oh, it's been years.
See, that's my thing, everybody. There's fluoride in the water for the most part. We think
Good.
we think about going to the dentist as like, you know, like a car tune-up.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be emergency services now. They're really not doing much.
Now.
Yeah. Sorry, it's not fucking 1908 now. I don't need to worry about what who did the fucking they were gonna put something in there, but it was on the Titanic and it sank. Not my problem.
I feel like a lot of it's genetic. I think I have just good teeth.
Sure.
Because I have friends who take way better care of their teeth than me. I've had a few friends specifically that I'm like, how could your mouth be that fucked up? Like one of my buddies from college literally flossed twice a day, brushed like 3 times a day, would do the hydrogen peroxide like
Out of the brown bottle.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
what do you call it,
no.
gargling with that shit, and he would always get cavities,
Yeah.
always. And
It's
I'm
a
like,
soft entrance.
It's one of the soft pink entrances, man. You got to be careful with those implied
Technically, it's
nudes.
outside your body.
Implied nudes.
So you're working there.
Implied nudes.
You're working there.
Yeah.
Are you just miserable the entire
Look at
time?
it.
So you said what, 2012 is when you entered?
Yeah.
And then you just got out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Are you just miserable this whole time?
Absolutely.
Oh my God,
It was
no,
awful.
Franklin.
You know,
You didn't have a
every time
switch?
you guys saw me, it was probably one of the better days of my life because I wasn't there.
We love you so much.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
you're such a good guy.
And
This
you
is
can't-
crazy because I totally expected the opposite of this. I totally like,
I saved
it's
our
not-
country and everything
it's
was
not-
great.
Yeah, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. You know, all the movies are exaggerating. No, this sounds really shitty.
Well,
no,
what's interesting?
no. This is bad in a different way.
I was
where-
gonna say it's interesting. It's not what I thought of. Yeah, they're all fucking cigars at him and doing push-ups nonstop. It's not. It isn't like that's the
No.
problem. It sounds like a just fucking shitty job.
It's more like just being unprepared for a job where they're just gonna screw you for like months on end.
And so did you ever serve anywhere foreign, or was it always like
No, all right. So here's the almost a worse thing. They kept me in Alabama for like 4.5,
Roll Tide?
5 years.
Roll Tide? Yeah.
In Montgomery, Alabama, there's nothing to fucking do in that city.
Sure.
Nothing.
Probably get some math or something.
Like there's one time a year they have an in-house show of WWE, but that's about it.
Fuck yeah. All right. Cool. That's
That's once a
pretty
year,
good.
and then
Yeah.
they have monster trucks maybe once or twice a year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
But other than that, I have to drive 2 hours to Atlanta or 3 hours up to Nashville for anything.
Nashville's cool though.
Yeah, Nashville is
Very
cool.
So, what's the plan now? You're out. You're free.
So here's the thing: there isn't a plan.
Oh no.
I'm all fucked.
Oh no.
I'm still looking for shit to do.
Are you gonna stay in Alabama?
No. Right now, I'm moved in with my dad until I figure out what I'm gonna do next.
Gotcha.
I could use my GI Bill. That's one of the positives from being in the
Go to school?
military. I could go to school.
Have you heard about the University of Missouri? Because I'll tell you about it if you want. I got some videos up about it.
I think there's plenty of information that I can
Just let you
look
know.
after
Just let
the
you know
show.
it's a school. Okay, cool. That's a good school to go to.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Are you thinking about that? Do you know what you want to do? Has this given you any? How old are you?
I am 24 years old.
Oh my God, you are a fucking
the fuck?
baby.
I feel deceived and lied to.
How old did you think I was?
I don't know. I thought you were like 28.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you think that?
I don't know.
Well, you look more adult than any of us right now in your amazing black on black suit.
Yeah. No, you got to live. You definitely go to college. Why not? They're paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Fuck yeah. I could
Do
take
they
that
pay
money.
for other stuff?
It's muddy water there. I could switch. So right now I'm on what's called a Montgomery GI Bill, but if I switch it over, they could pay for other things, but it wouldn't be as.
Do you mean like room and
Consistent.
board and like
Yeah.
books and shit?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Here's what I would do if I were you. You want old Uncle Nick's advice?
Climb on Uncle
Play it
Nick's
on me.
lap, Franklin. He's got something to
Let me ask you a
say.
couple questions before I dole out this.
Oh, good. He's
Absolutely.
like a magic 8-ball.
Okay. Do you enjoy coding? Do you want to be a software engineer?
Hell no.
Then don't do that.
Good call. Good call. Good call.
Okay. And I say that in all honesty, in that if that's your experience, that's great. But a lot of people go, well, I only have experience in this thing. I don't really like it, but I'm going to keep going with it. Why?
No.
You're 24.
Bad call.
Do something completely different.
No, I
You
can't.
got
I
plenty
can't think
time.
of a single memory of working that job that made me feel happy.
Well, it's also possible you might get a job that you really like. Like you might work at you get an internship at Blizzard or something like that. And you're all of a sudden you're like, whoa, this is a night and day environment because there's a bunch of people who can actually mentor you in that area. So, but if you don't like sitting in front of a computer all day and coding, it's probably never going to be fun for you. So, I would say in that case,
that's
what's
one
your
question.
second passion?
Oh God, so the number of things I want to do before I die is more than.
Put them on the
Here we
table.
go. Let's start a
Let's
list.
fucking go.
It is a list episode.
Oh, is it a list episode?
Yeah,
oh
it
man,
is.
damn! I just,
No, what do you like to do? What do you want to do?
dude, I love doing stuff like this, being on
podcasting,
camera,
online media,
podcasting,
things
all
like
that kind of stuff.
Well,
Online
luckily,
media.
that's never going away.
Yeah, but also it's getting more and more competitive in a way that I'm probably not going to make the cut anywhere.
That's not. I mean, that's with that attitude. Maybe you won't make the cut. You know.
See,
your own
I'm a pessimist, and
Hey, you gotta be an
You already
optimist.
podcast, right? You're talking about this. Your
yeah,
show with your friend,
I
right?
already do that thing.
Do the pimping. Do the pimping.
Yeah, I do this weekly PlayStation podcast. You used to do one of these, but
I
I
did,
do
yeah.
I do a weekly PlayStation podcast called the PlayStation Report with my best friend since fucking kindergarten, man.
Okay.
Oh,
And we
man.
have so many memories of playing PlayStation
racist?
together. No, he isn't.
Good.
He's
We got one of the good ones, ladies and
yes,
gentlemen.
he is the good one of that group of people that I hang out
Of
with.
all white people,
of all
he's
those
a
white
good one of you
It's
white
like-
devils.
Their side is like, I have a good white friend.
I do have a good white friend.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Though, if you like doing this stuff, there are plenty of great programs.
Oh yeah.
and
So
colleges
things
that can
before you
totally
want to
do
die.
this
So
for
far we just have podcasting. Keep going.
Oh, dude, I love voice acting and doing voiceover and that kind of stuff. And that's
okay.
that's a lot of fun.
Sure. Dave Fenoy does classes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I probably can't get out and do that.
No, he does
but-
them online.
Oh, he does.
I don't know if the you want me to call Dave Fenoy, see if he accepts the GI Bill. I'm not sure. Can we get
I
Franklin
doubt
another
it.
one too, Joey?
I doubt that.
Thank you, Joey.
Yes, please.
No, I'm great.
You're doing great, Joey. Thank you so much.
Oh man, acting is fun.
Okay.
Just general.
There's
Sounds
acting.
like you
through
want to
line
be in
here.
the arts.
Comedy is fun.
Comedy's
I love,
great. All of these things you can do
Yes.
right now, you don't have to go to college for. But what I'm saying is, let's use some of that government money. I pay taxes so that you
Yeah.
can go to college.
That's true. We do. We do.
So here's what I'm saying to you, and this is gonna
Go to
sound
Mizzou.
crazy. pick a school that's fun, and go and major in something that's super fun,
Yeah.
and then graduate.
Yeah.
That's what I would
You
do. if I
say
were you.
acting. Mizzou has an acting program. John Hamm went to it. Everybody.
No, if you're gonna be an actor, go to a school in LA so you can actually like. meet
Sure,
other
there's no
people who are doing
competition there.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Thanks.
okay. There's no competition. in Mizzou
Sheryl
either.
Crow, Brad Pitt, John Hamm, all Mizzou alum. Kind of Brad Pitt didn't graduate.
Never heard of him.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Never heard of him.
Did not go to Mizzou,
No, she didn't.
to my knowledge.
Billy
That's my point. You can
Crystal.
go anywhere. Do you know where
Anthony
Whoopi
Michael
Goldberg
Hall.
went?
School of Hard Knocks.
You're right.
Yes.
Remember Sister Act?
I do remember Sister Act.
Remember Sister Act too?
I do. I don't remember it well, but I remember watching it for sure. So this is fascinating. So you're at like this huge cross section of your life now. What are you gonna do? Crossroads, I guess.
Yeah, cross section's also great too.
Sure.
We haven't even
Great
scratched
movie.
the surface, but yeah, it's stressful. That's what I'll say about it. It's like I
Here-
have no fucking clue what direction I should
Here's
go.
my next question for you, and I don't want exact numbers.
Yeah.
And don't laugh me out of the room. Does the Air Force pay well? Like, do you have like money put away? Like, are you in a good spot in terms of that? Like, you didn't enjoy your time there, but are you in an okay position to succeed now beyond that?
So if I were to not make any stupid expenses, I could survive.
Like, say, paying to be on a Patreon podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
like
I
it's
didn't
just
do
a
any of that
dumbass idea.
bullshit, I could probably survive through the end of the year and probably a little bit of next year on what I have right now.
Shit. Okay, that's not long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's good enough if you're working too. I mean, you can go get
Yeah.
a job.
Well,
and
that's
subsidize
if
that.
I don't get a job, if I don't get paid for it, if I make no income.
Right.
That's how long I could last.
So what I'm saying to you is this:
Doggy
you need
dog.
to you need to take out the fear out of the equation, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're a pessimist. We've
Yeah.
already established that. You can't make decisions based off of fear. You got to make decisions based off of what excites you. Because the fear is always going to be there no matter what you do. And also the biggest fear always is the fear of like actually just wasting your time or having a wasted life. That's at least for me. So what I'm saying to you is if you like the arts, I say we find a good program for you. Maybe at like, you don't have to go crazy with it. Some places the government will cover, like a Cal State Long Beach or a Cal State Fullerton, which is a great school. I'm just pushing you towards Southern California because that's where a lot of the arts happens. Or you can go East
point.
Coast,
Good point.
things like that.
Juilliard.
Juilliard is a little bit more expensive than a Cal State Fullerton. Of course, you're out of state right now, right? Where do you live?
Yeah, I'm living in Pennsylvania at the moment.
Okay. Well, there's some good schools back there, too. I'm just saying, pick something that excites you that's fun. Don't worry about how hard it is to be an actor or a voice actor, all these things. Because I've often noticed the people who excel at these things are the ones that just follow that fun factor, that passion, right? You can't let that fear distract. And you also don't know where it's going to take you. Yeah, maybe you start acting, maybe you like the technical aspect of it too, because you got a technical background. You start doing that stuff, all of a sudden it takes you somewhere else. Who knows? But
I
start
say
from a
you
place
do
of fun.
what's the thing when you bring the big
Bouncy
horse
balls.
and you go inside?
Trojan horse.
You Trojan horse the whole thing. Get them to pay for the school. Go, but don't actually give a fuck about the school. Go get a fucking job that you want to do and have them pay for all the shit. That's how you succeed in life.
When you say get a
Scheme.
job you want to do, you mean go to school and then I have like a part-time.
But like really focus on if you want to do this stuff, go all in and
Oh,
fucking
I see what you're saying.
keep doing it, but have
That's
them
what I do.
fund it all.
That's the way I look at it too. Is like one of the big reasons why I chose computer science when I was going into college was because I thought that's what I should do because my parents were paying for college, and I was like, the responsible thing to do clearly is like if your parents are going to shell out that kind of money for a degree, you probably should get something that you can actually utilize and not be a drain on their resources. But I'm sorry, I was watching what Greg was writing here for a second.
Can I make notes to
I thought it
myself
was a
once in
note
a while,
toward
everybody?
me. I thought it was saying change topic, but I think it says change Xmas cards.
It says change Xmas poster to prom, which I think I said to someone a long time ago. I just noticed it's still up there.
I love that
Copy
it's
that.
still Christmas though, and I love that I haven't seen a single comment about
We're
now
moving
we're
it to
gonna have
prom
people
after
do
this
it.
one, everybody.
Has the
What
countdown
I'm saying
started
to you
yet?
is you don't have that.
It's gonna go to prom for like 4 weeks. Back to Christmas.
That's true. Or Halloween. We should do a Halloween. Have Panda do a Halloween one. That'd be fun.
Panama's gonna need a Halloween one.
Yeah. What I'm saying to you is you don't have that stress because it's paid for. So now you can just go do whatever the fuck you want. You already put in the time into the thing you thought you ought to do, and that's going to pay off. And now you can go just to enjoy like 2 to 4 years of just having fun in a fucking place and losing yourself and not putting that pressure on yourself to have to like figure out what the hell you're doing next. Because I'm going to spoil something for you. A lot of people, myself included, like you never really know. You just kind of pick a direction, go in it, and have fun and work hard. And you're like, who knows if we're all making the right choice? I mean, I think we're doing pretty good, but you never know. So who cares? Like, there's always going to be a little bit of kernel of doubts. Just go have fun.
Here's my question, I guess. You talked about in high school the
Yeah.
choice that led to the services was the fact that you didn't like believe in yourself kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
and that you let people get in your head and put you down, kind of thing. But then you said that happened in the Air Force as well.
In
terms
a
of
way,
people putting you down. I mean,
in the way, like, so Air Force contracts out a lot of programming positions. So a lot of the people that I was working with knew their shit, but weren't necessarily the best about it.
Okay. My question is then, now, are you in a place where you believe in yourself and like you're a great dude?
I'm trying so damn hard.
Because you're a great dude. You understand,
hard.
right? Like, I mean, again, like, I'm not trying to kiss your ass or anything, but it's like, I've known the Arctic Sloth as long as the Arctic Sloth's been in the chat and been being a good person. We're giving you shit earlier about being creepy. You're not creepy. You're well known because you're one of the people from the community that has been here for everything and been a great positive influence and been a great person. See, I want you to know you're loved and you're an amazing human being and you can do whatever you want to do. And I'm not just doing the blow smoke thing. Like, I meet a whole bunch of people. They're horrible. You're a great person.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, we love you, and I'm sure everybody who knows you in the community loves you. Like, I want to make sure you know that. Okay.
I feel like when we say the Arctic Sloth, it should come with a.
That's not what sloths make.
The sloths don't do
It's
that.
not even what an Arctic. I don't know. That's a wolf. You're thinking of an Arctic wolf.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kind of
dude.
like you're the Arctic
See,
Sloth.
what I think when I think of like this like slithery like sloth like character,
first
moving
off,
quicker.
sloths they don't slither. They do the sloth.
Yeah, you're right. I am thinking of like more of like an aardvark or.
Wearing my sloth.
He is wearing.
You
Look at
are
that.
wearing-
He's wearing a sloth
Is your
underwear. Are
sloth
those MeUndies?
stretching?
You got
Of course, they're
MeUndies.
MeUndies.
You MeUndies, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
That's
It's good
That's
pattern.
great.
Instagram knows where I am. As soon as I opened Instagram when I got here, it's fucking MeUndies ad
Yeah.
right there.
Hell yeah,
They've
dude.
got me.
You're in
Somebody
the
hit us
house
up
of
with,
MeUndies.
somebody hit us up with
Man.
the headphones you were talking about too. That happened to them.
Earphones, dude. They're
Yeah,
listening. I
yeah.
told you they're fucking listening. People are like, oh, no, they're not. Yeah, they are.
Oh, they're 100%
You fucking
listening.
sheep.
Wow.
The
Jesus.
government is listening to everything you say and they're selling it to Google.
They know that I really like
That means the other way
MeUndies.
around.
I'm not allowed to tell you whether they're doing that or not.
Yeah, that's the program you were working on, right?
He's like, yeah, the web API I was working on was for the CIA, the Central Intelligence.
I was hoping when you were like, hey, did you ever complete the program you were working on? He's like, yeah, remember that? And then he says the latest bombing that happened. That was me. I'm like, oh my god, it wasn't a web portal for selling things at all.
Damn, it's just a drone portal.
But
You log on, you can
back to
fly your own
cops. I
drone.
feel like there aren't enough cops that are like in Will Smith and Men in Black that can like chase you down on foot. You know?
You mean as far as like
Remember when
this
in Men in
kid
Black-
is concerned?
Would fuck everyone in this room up
At once.
at once, dude.
Now you
And
know
that includes
Kevin's
you.
in the room. Oh no, I'm
Kevin
gonna go
is in
down
the
like
room.
I'm gonna go down like glass-jaw jail.
I
Don't
know,
worry
but
about that.
the thing about you, and you
Yeah.
know this, is you got the fucking
beast strength.
Sure.
you got the
Sure.
bear stuff going on, and
You got big
that
ass strength.
you also would camp out back until your moment to strike.
Sure.
So I feel like you'd let him be distracted. Then
would-
you would
yeah.
just come running in screaming. You would do the
It would be-
do the Arctic Sloth call. Yeah, that'd be you.
See, what would be off-putting about fighting you, Greg, as
Yeah,
a police
lay it on me.
officer,
As a police
is that
officer.
everyone else, like Tim said, would come head on, right?
Yeah.
Fair fight, man fight.
I'm Grappler.
What would be really off-putting is when he looked over in the corner and you were just standing in the corner doing
Laughing
that look you do.
hysterically.
I mean, that would freak
He's like,
me
oh
out.
fuck, I got a grappler, and I'm
got the
on him too
grappler.
quick. You know what I mean?
What,
Meanwhile,
um,
Stogie's putting the cigarettes out on him.
What
Cigars.
does the grappler look like again? Have we ever
it's-
talked about what the
You know,
grappler
a
looks
lot
like?
of people have called out in the community that with Lego DC supervillains coming around, where you get to build your own supervillain.
Yeah.
that'll be really when we get into
When
who
we
the
design the
grappler
grappler.
looks like.
Can I throw my name into the hat
don't
as
mind,
far
yeah.
as I would like him to look a lot like the Hamburglar.
Yeah, I see that. I see a lot of purple for some
Lot of
reason. Some
purple.
purple and some
It
green.
sounds
With one of
right.
those old school masks.
Yeah,
you
of
know?
course. The domino mask,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, of
100%.
course, of
Hamburglar.
course.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Stogie, I think. Maybe I'm thinking Stogie looks like the Hamburglar.
No, Stogie's got the little baller. He's also got the domino
The thing,
mask, but he's
yeah.
got the little bowler hat.
Yeah, bowler hat
So
and
you
Stogie.
have a brown motif going.
I want
got
him to
like
just
a
look like
detective.
Robin.
What's
just
that?
like Robin. It's
Right.
Robin's outfit, but with an S.
I'd like
That's
it
it.
if you just dress like Robin all the time.
Yeah?
Just
Would
all
you?
the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Your pasty, hairy legs
Yeah.
just hanging out.
Jesus Christ.
Nasty.
They're so pasty.
Just a nice trail into a soft
Decently hairy.
part. Decently hairy. Tim Gettys, decently hairy.
So if you don't go to school, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Is
I
this,
don't
is
know.
this just like what it's like to have dinner with your father at home? Where it's like, what are you gonna do? What do you get out of the house? What are you gonna do?
No, he's been great about all this, and I think it's actually kind of weird how good he's been about all this.
Yeah.
But
were you guys close, or were you? I'm
So,
making the assumption you're close now. Were you close?
My childhood was really strange.
Okay.
so-
We had the Amish right across from you. That's weird.
Yeah.
They're like, turn off the lights, goddammit.
So my dad tried. I lost my mother when I was very young,
Oh,
so
sorry.
I had to live with my aunt for a long time.
Sure.
But my dad did his best to see me as often as possible.
Okay.
In hindsight, I realized that that was the correct decision to make. Like there was no way he was going to raise me on his own.
Yeah.
And
How young was
my
he?
younger brother.
She's two.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to think back. Yeah, no, totally.
So I was like, I want to say 7 or 8 years old at the time. So I want to place him in the late 20s, early 30s.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, you kidding me? Yeah, I can't imagine being. I mean, think about it now, right? You're not that far removed from where your father must have been. I assume coming out. I'm making assumptions here, but coming out of the military as well, right? And being like, I'm still a kid, and I need to figure out the real world, not civilian world. And then, to have 2 kids on your own, try to figure that out. Yeah,
yeah. That's always the hard thing for me too. Is I think back to what my parents did when they were 30.
Okay.
Like where their lives were when they were 30, having their second kid. Like I think my mom had me when she was 30 or 31, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
How they dealt with that kind of response, because I don't even have that level of responsibility in my life, period. Like 2 people who, if I don't feed, like they die. You know what I mean? Like that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't have a dog. I'm a 38-year-old boy. Like I'm a kid. It's ridiculous. But I look back to my parents, like they're on their second house and like trying to figure out how to start college funds for their kids and doing real adult shit.
You figure I'm 35. That means my mom had me at 30, so I'm 5 years old. Like like me with a 5-year-old right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. A kid who like you've figured out. You don't know everything about the kid, but you figured out this much. If he acts up, you threaten to make him run, and he'll be like, "I will absolutely not do that.
Exactly.
I will not do that thing."
Get on the treadmill, play some games.
Do you ever look back at your childhood though and go, like, just wish you could live or see that, like your childhood from like an adult perspective?
Oh, sure.
Just to watch Ghostbusters.
Oh
for
my
the first
God!
time.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I'd love to see
The
that kind of shit.
nostalgia that goes along with like all those nights of ordering pizza, like the pizza movie nights, things like that.
Yeah, totally.
Like I appreciate why people want to be dads, because you maybe get to live a little bit of that again. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But to
So
walk
now
in your
all the kids
childhood
just go,
bedroom and
"Fuck
all
you,"
stuff.
and they go, "Oh, I got an iPhone. It's better than you, Dad." And they fucking porn.
Fucking kids. I hate it when they think their iPhone's better.
Pornhub. Yeah. Dude, if I had this
It's
fucking thing
implied
growing up-
nudes, Dad.
This is art.
You fucking pervert. This is art.
This is art. Don't
Did you
kick
know
her
this
off
could be my
Instagram.
career?
I have a following. I'm an influencer.
Just let me fucking take this picture of my own asshole.
Jesus Christ.
No, you can't do that.
That's not implied.
That's
Yeah.
not
You
implied.
can't do on that on. Oh, it's true. It's not implied.
Yeah.
Well, the
But
implication
it's
is that
a soft brown hole. It's not a pink
Exactly.
hole.
Oh my God,
Well,
Jesus.
Nowadays with technology.
you can
Oh,
lighten it up a
yeah,
little
you're
bit.
right.
You can bleach
You're
it
right.
out.
Would you guys
Here we go.
bleach your assholes?
No.
Depends on what kind of work I was
Wait,
doing.
let's dial the question back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I said no. My not no. I wouldn't do it. No, I don't want to spend money on that.
No, I
that
get
seems
it.
like a waste.
If it was
of
just
time.
like a sponsorship.
Sure.
Oh, if like-
I don't know why would I? Why wouldn't I? Who the fuck's looking at my asshole that much?
I don't know.
No, Jen's looking
But-
at that enough where I've got to be like, I gotta bleach this. Am I gonna shave my? I gotta shave
I'll
my
never
ass
forget
crack first.
being in college and we were at
Here we go.
a group test. Did you guys
Here
ever have
we
to do
fucking
these?
go.
Where it's like you can like everyone can do the test together, which was like this isn't a test then.
That's
what the
called
fuck?
cheating. You fucking losers.
But it was like designed that way.
Yeah.
So we all went to my friend
That's
Daniel's
such a
house.
goddamn
Daniel.
California school
and
thing.
we're fucking there going through. I mean, no, it's not like California. It's fucking film production where no one gives a shit about any of this
Yeah,
stuff.
good point. Good point.
And so we're doing this, and then like we finished it because it was a group thing. We made the smart people do it, and we just all like copied the answers. And then this group of girls, of course, ended up talking to the one group of girls that's talking about bleached assholes. It was a foreign subject to me. I didn't know that was a real thing people did.
Oh yeah.
And then they were just going into it, and that was when I learned that like anal is a lot more common than you think.
For whatever reason, I don't understand this. It's very like that. That's important to some people, and I'm like, why don't you just let it be what it's gonna be?
Just let it be.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, they come in literally all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all round.
Round-ish.
Round's like yeah at certain points, unless you move it around, then it becomes ovular.
Unless you move it around.
Going this route.
And why'd you say ovular?
Because he's Nick Scarpino and he's laid back in the chair having a good time. You know what you're getting into when this happens.
Nick's been on today. Fucking
When's
on.
Nick not on?
I'll tell you what right now,
Once in
Greg.
a while.
What's this?
That's an L. But it's like backwards to the audience, but it's an L. Now it's an L to the audience.
Get
Where's
on
it
his
going?
level.
I gotta get on your level.
Yeah, you gotta
I
go.
thought I was doing a good job being on your
You're
level.
doing a great level. Yeah, you're doing.
You know who's being a good job being on our level? Our sponsor.
I love it.
Franklin, you came all this way. What do you want to talk about?
Oh God. Oh, my topic actually. Trash talk.
Trash.
How you handle
talk.
trash talking among your friends, and you know how it's become kind of strange online now, where people trash talk people they think they know.
Right.
Like just the general dynamics of trash talk.
Andy Cortez story.
Fucking Andy Cortez.
We always-
Andy! Trash talk extraordinaire, Andy! Yeah. No.
Andy can't ball. I'm gonna put that out there.
Wow.
Oh, that's trash talk.
Are you Lakers shed in the chat? I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Say the word.
I'm just saying, one-on-one, I could kick Andy's ass.
Holy shit, there's a school right across the street.
Trash talk is a very delicate
Frankly, you have a
subject
bad ankle.
because you need to really know the people that you're talking to and
Sure.
talking shit about for them to for you to understand if it is or is not okay to do that. And that's why I think the online stuff gets very, very, very delicate, because chances are you should just err on the side of, nah, I'm not going to do it, because you don't know how they're going to react to it. Add on the fact that it's probably in text format, and that's a whole other situation.
Well, Andy, of course, trash talk Alana Pierce today. And I was like, oh man, too real, Andy. Too real. You can't tweet that.
Oh, I don't even.
I
what is
texted
this?
her and I was like, just
Because you're a homie.
yeah.
Yeah.
you
Explain what
say?
happened. Explain what happened. Did you hear what's happening in here?
No.
The topic is trash talk.
Oh.
And so we've called you out to talk about it as you're the
As someone
trash
who apparently is fucking terrible at it.
Well, yeah, exactly. The Carboni story, I think, and then I just brought up this Alana Pierce thing.
You're not
and then
good at
also, Franklin says he can beat you at basketball anytime,
The
anywhere.
Carboni or the Alana Pierce thing was great. I thought it was funny.
But I think, tell the story, and I'll dissect. Go ahead.
It was her first time on Dude Soup today, and she posted. Now this is like the second time this has happened though, because the first time, I forgot what the reply was, and she was like, "Andy, don't be mad at me, or don't be jealous that I got the Funhouse job instead of you."
I saw that, yeah.
So that was like where it all started. This was like a few days ago. And then today she posted, I'm going to be on Dude Soup for Funhouse. And she put the wrong Twitter name. Instead of Funhouse Team, she just put Funhouse. She was like, watch live at rooster.com/live instead of roosterteeth.com/live.
Mm-hmm.
Watch me talk about video games, blah, blah, blah. And I replied, wrong Twitter name handle and wrong website. I wouldn't have messed those both. I wouldn't have messed both of those up, but you do you.
yeah.
And so from my side of the screen, I see that, and I'm like, I think that's a great example of what Franklin's talking about, right? Of like, oh, fuck, like that's a real thing where, yes, I know that there's history. There's the jokes of you wanting to work there because it's just a joke, and that she took the job from you. That's just a joke.
It's
You
totally
never,
only a
you
joke.
never went
yeah.
down there and did any tryouts.
No, never.
But that's
I would
just a
never.
joke. So I understand the backstory to
I mean,
it.
it's not like not yet. It's not scheduled.
But
yeah.
I also understand being on the other side of that, where even with our group of friends, I mean, outside of Kind of Funny, but like extended family of like an IGN, where I say something and I fuck it up, and I hate fucking up on Twitter or any social media or anything. I fuck it up and then I'm throwing it out there. I don't have an example, but like Sean Finnegan would say something and it would catch me wrong in the moment because I'm honestly pissed about this. I don't need my friends giving me fucking shit about it too.
Now,
Yeah.
see,
But yeah, as you said, you would text her after the fact being like, hey, I'm playing into the show.
I texted her as I did it, and I was like, "Hey, I feel like I need to let you know that, of course, this is a joke because my like anxiety-filled brain like would
Pro
feel
maneuver.
would
Smart
feel
way to
bad
do it.
anyway."
Smart way to
Gotta
do
do
it.
it.
And
No,
I was
but
like,
here's-
I'm just gonna run this joke into the ground, and she was like, "Dude, you're all good" or whatever. And
How'd
she
you
just
say it?
She just replied, "Fuck."
Yeah, but what did she
on the
say to
tweet.
you?
She was like, "Dude, you're all good."
Doesn't
Heart.
sound right.
Heart sign.
Oh, I get now good, ain't you?
No,
Yeah,
she's
that's how she sounds.
She's Australian.
Couple things to that
Yeah,
statement.
you nailed it.
If you, now here's my thing. This is me being. I don't often talk shit to people unless it's like you guys,
Right.
On Twitter, because of this exact same reason.
Sure.
Like, if your brain says maybe I should text her and see, you clearly something registered like this might offend her, which is where you're already in the danger zone. That's thing number one. Thing number two, I like that Greg didn't use the word audition. He used the word try out. I think.
I assume it's like SNL where you go try out for it, you know?
No, you used something else then. It was something else that made me think like you have to go like do laps for them or something. Doesn't matter. The joke's dead. That's me
It's
trying
funny.
to talk
It's
shit.
funny that you bring up Sean Finnegan as an example, because Sean Finnegan is probably the only person that I will openly talk shit to on the internet.
Sure.
Because, like, God, he makes it so fucking easy. But me and him have that relationship, and he knows that I'm going to fucking call him out.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to text him afterwards. I want him to know he fucked up.
but I
That's
mean, I
public
think
shaming. That's just a
Andy-
good
I
service
want to
you're doing for your
publicly
friend.
shame him.
You're public shaming your
Andy's
friend.
doing
That's smart.
something that's interesting and ties to Franklin's conversation about talking shit to people you don't know. And to what I was saying too. It's all linked here by one piece of chewing gum. And it's all in our mouths. But what I'm saying is,
Soft place.
thank you. Where are you going to put the trash? Andrea's cup holder? Great.
Put so much trash in her car.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, as entertainers, as people who are joking around and doing stupid shit and making fun of each other in fun ways, right? Like, if we're doing it outside of the room and it is to somebody else who, and Alana is like us, who we understand and we have that relationship with, I think it's great to be, I'm going to fire the shot, but I'm going to hit you up and let you know ahead of time. Clearly, I'm joking, because for me, it would be when I fuck up the tweet and Sean or person X says that and I saw that, like, of course, let's totally have fun with this. But when I'm in the moment of having a bad time with it, okay, I can't do it. So to your thing of like, yeah, you know, I don't see it so much as, you know, you're crossing the line. It's, you know, and you've been there, that this can go 50-50 one way or the other, depending on what's happening on the other side of the screen.
Sure.
And
yeah,
that's what I think people miss when they talk shit to us.
Yes, absolutely.
Jokingly, right? Like they say something offensive about us. You know what I mean?
Because I know I fucked up a couple of times. And I'm not sure if you all remember it, but I used to talk mad shit, and it was pretty bad. And
do we stop you? What happened?
I've gotten better. I think
you noticed we weren't engaging?
Yeah.
That's the biggest sign, I think,
more
people
just noticing that
Yeah,
maybe
spoilers.
this isn't the route I should go.
Yeah.
Spoilers, if you're joking over and over and over again and you're never getting a response from the person you're joking toward, that means they don't like you. Yeah. That means they're looking at that going, you're either muted or this is not funny.
Oh, I think I'm muted by about like 80% of the people that follow me.
That's probably fair. Yeah, I mean, that's my thing is like, how do you handle trash talking when people do it to us? Is just I like to reward the people that I think are funny and that they're on my level of humor, and I'm like, I agree with this joke. You're getting on my level. Like, I like to have that back and forth with people, and I like to have that in people who
I feel
follow
like
me.
there's the thing of, we make it obvious a lot of times, right? Where Andy gave me the blackberries. Andy, what happened? Now, granted, this might annoy Andy to get this, and I'm using it as an example there,
Who cares
right?
about Andy? Fuck him.
But I'm saying, like, on that level, you look at, like, when they say something to us about one of us being the champ and the other not being the real champ. Now we're LaCroix boys, of course, we're both champions. Doesn't matter. Prez Jr. Like that, you know, is okay, cool. You're in on the bit. We're obviously on the wrestling thing, blah, blah, blah. When you bring some other bullshit story or whatever into it, and I hate to do this, but I'm pointing at you, Tim. I hate to put you on blast about this. I hate seeing it all the time, and I know people aren't doing it to be mean. You're aware that you've gained weight since when people put up photos of you from 2011. It's like, yeah, we're aware of that. Calling that out over and over again in the comments.
Not
and
nice. It's not shit talk. It's
not
just
really
mean.
something we can. What do you want us to say to that? Like, yeah, and I understand. Like, even when you say Tim's thick, it's not really like.
It's not funny.
A helpful, fun thing at all.
Because, I mean, and there's no offense to you, you're not, like, I think of thick in a different context.
Yeah.
What do you think of thick?
What
Do you think of my implied nude?
Let me see it. That is thick.
Damn, he's thick.
I'm implying it. I'm not nude, though. That's the difference.
Nude.
Yeah,
that's what I'm implying, though, is that I am nude.
Yeah, that's not trash talking. That's just being mean to someone. Like, trash talking, to me, like, trash talking comes with an air of funness
But the problem
that you're
is,
supposed to do.
and in the very specific example of Tim, is that I'm the guy taking off my shirt, and I'm Team Fat, and I'm the president of Team Fat, and me and Colin would argue about it. Portillo would not argue about it, but we'd call him the real president. But, like, that's like a thing, right? So then for Tim to be like, oh yeah, I've gained weight, I've gotten older, whatever.
People are obsessed with looks on the internet. Like, it's
because we all look so good.
It's crazy how much people are obsessed with, like, weight gain, weight loss.
Well, I wonder why. Is it because we all spend every fucking second of the day just looking at pictures of ourselves and each other? You know what I mean? Like, all Twitter and Instagram are just pictures of people with, like, useless words associated with it for the most part, you know?
No, but I think also just referencing, like women on the internet also get the brunt of, like, oh, she gained weight.
Of course.
Oh, sure.
She's looking hot.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like,
we get such a small, like, fraction of, but it's like, why are you guys so obsessed with this?
Everyone's obsessed
with
it.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's the reason people are so obsessed with other people's looks is because they're insecure about themselves, and that's always the way it is. Whenever you're obsessed with whether someone looks good or bad, and you take some level of emotion from that, it generally is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. That's my personal take on it, right? That's why I follow a bunch of dudes that are jacked out because I want to be like them because I feel like I'm like I don't have that in my life.
It's also though the disassociation of what's happening on the other side of the screen, right? It is the same thing where people jump in all the time, and I've said something or done something, and I'm having a real conversation, and somebody jumps in and not dogpiles in a bad way, but like comes in with the jokes, and it's like, no, this is a real thing, like, yeah, you know what I mean? And so it's the same thing here of like, you see. Yeah, when Meg Turney was on, right, we talked about, like, you know, what are you going to do as you get older, right? She's like, oh, I know I can't do this forever kind of thing. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, when a person, whether it be Jess or Meg, cosplayer, whoever, you know what I mean, especially of the female variety, puts themselves out there, I think, as like, hey, I'm selling posters. I'm doing this. On top of, I think women in general are already getting it on the chin of, oh man, she's gained weight, she's done this. Like if your product is yourself in that way, oh my God. Whereas like I feel like I get more shit for losing weight than being fat, right? Where it's like, oh man, Greg's actually working out secretly. And it's like, obviously I don't care, you know what I mean? But it is like, no one thinks that I'm actually reading that stuff. How many times it's probably happened to you already, Andy, where you chime in on a Reddit thread or a comment, somebody's like, I'm sorry, I didn't think you'd actually see this. I didn't think you'd respond to this. It's just the thing of we all discuss everyone and everything in a way that you don't think anybody's gonna actually see it, right? And that's been the interesting thing for me recently with all the. Hey, we do Kind of Funny Games Daily, and it's a video game news show, which includes the video game industry. And so when it is. We're talking about, people we know being sexually harassed, right, at the IGN stuff. When it is, we're talking in the moment about all this Philip plagiarism stuff. It's like, it's interesting of like, there's an excellent possibility they're all going to hear what we say here. And it's that thing of, I'm lucky enough that I would say that to their face. You know what I mean? I would say that I'm angry or I'm not or whatever. But it is that thing of how many times, and I was talking about this, I think, on Games Daily today. I think Twitter and social media and everything else just become the water cooler in a way that, sure, if we made this show and we broadcast it like you used to broadcast television shows, offices, not every office, but people in their offices would talk about
offices around the world would gather around.
But you understand what I'm saying? They talk around the water cooler like two friends who do like Kind of Funny and watched it on TV the night before would talk about it. But nowadays they talk about it in front of everyone, not expecting that we're all just fucking. I'm walking Portillo. I'm going to look at everything and try to figure out what's going on. Yeah. How do you view trash talk on the internet? Have you've grown up? Do you still do it? You said you've stepped over the line.
So yeah, I have stepped over the line. I've kind of recognized that maybe I should just scale it back to the people that I know personally.
Sure.
And it's.
I feel like though. Here's my question for you. Like, I feel like you have to be aware of if you're being malicious, right?
Yeah.
If there is a difference between like giving someone a little bit of a shit because you're trying to like. Bolster like compliment them, but in a way that's like I'm gonna fuck with you a little bit, take it down. I don't know. There's a difference between doing it in a fun way, and doing it in a I'm actually trying to take your day away from you. I'm trying to fuck your.
But that gets lost on the internet.
It does. But going back to like the thing with me and Sean, it's like I would never do something that's like maliciously trying to take him down.
No,
but
I
it
don't
is
mean
more
that.
thing.
But
He
there
takes
is-
himself so seriously, and like. The way that he takes himself seriously, like, fucks with me so often. And, like, we get into arguments every time we hang out where it's like me fucking with him for his little mistakes is like, there's a understanding there.
Well, the difference between that with Sean specifically is that no matter what you tell him, it's not going to get through to him anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's why you give him shit, because you're like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't faze him. It doesn't really hit him on that level. But I'm talking about the difference between like, when I'm screwing with you, right, I know I'm playing into like a fun thing on Twitter.
Sure.
And I'm maybe taking the piss out of you a little bit, but I know that if I were sitting next to you, right, like doing that, you'd play into that. I'd play into it. Yeah. We'd have the back and forth because it's entertainment value.
Yeah, but for the record, though, and I think you and me do because we're champ, you know what I mean? But we talk about it all the time. We have the safe word here at Kind of Funny.
We do.
Where we do the thing
Pickles.
where we're giving each other shit, and you never, I mean, you can kind of tell, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't know when you've crossed over that line. And no, now we're hitting a real sore subject, or this has gone too far and you're hurting our feelings. And stuff
and that's something that's like I feel like we've talked about this many times in the last couple months, but we call the community best friends, and I feel like we are best friends, and it's like that's where that all comes into play. Where best friends doesn't mean like, oh, you can talk about anything you want. It's like you guys might actually really disagree, and it might get pretty heated, but it's being able to handle things in heated situations.
Sure.
It's like I've got the most ridiculous fights I've ever gotten is with my literal best friends over them saying something I don't agree with, or I say something they don't agree with, and I couldn't even mean that in the sense of trash talk. Of like, yo, you crossed the fucking line, man. Like
exactly.
that's not fucking okay.
It's the ability to do that and then come back to where you're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
I always talk about it like, the moment I knew we had, that's totally not true. One of the moments I talk about as like, holy shit, we have something special here. We have lightning in the bottle with the community we're creating was, and I forget now, it was a Reddit or a comment section that was going off the rails, and the guy had said something, somebody else said something, the guy came back, and it suddenly became a one-on-one conversation, and basically the guy was like, who the fuck do you think you are that you're going to be able to come in here and talk to it? And the guy responded, I'm a fucking best friend just like you, and this is not how we should and the guy responded, you're right, and let's all, and it totally went to where it's like, we're about to go to the fucking races, and then nope, we're going to come back, and it's like, we're all united about the same thing. We all want to be good people on the internet. We all love video games. Let's get back to that. We got too far out here. You're right. I crossed the line. You crossed the line. We can talk this out and be fine with it, right? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing, is being able to be wrong and apologize for it, to be able to go too far and understand you've gone too far and be brought back to it.
Trash talk is such an interesting topic because you don't know where the lines are, and they're different with everybody. And sometimes, even if it's not crossing the line, it's still wrong and it's still fucked up, and people are just letting it slide. I've said this example on this show, but my friend James Burke, he is the king of trash talk, and it doesn't make it okay. He crosses the line constantly. I'm just numb to it. I'm just like, all right, bro, like, you're just gonna do this, and like, you doing all your trash talk makes you look stupid, so like, I'm just gonna let that happen. But I feel like that's the type of thing where it's this pervasive, like, understanding.
Usually, like, because James does it specifically just to you.
Oh, specifically to me. Yeah. And it's just like, but that's the thing, is like, he is undeniably one of my best friends in the world. And it's like, I understand him. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is an understanding we have with each other. Doesn't make it okay. He's wrong. He's straight up wrong for doing it. I've told him he's wrong for doing it. He's never going to stop doing it. And it's like, that is kind of another level of the best friend thing. But it's like,
well, there's you look at trash talk, you look at, like, we brought up jokingly public shaming, right? Like, or the idea of shaming and how people use that in their circles of friends. It is a tool, not necessarily a positive tool, but it is a tool that people attempt to use to say, hey, I think you're doing something that I disagree with. It's just a very shitty way to do it. Like, it's better to have a one-on-one conversation with people, but it does have a place, especially in a group of guys. Like, we talked about this when Anna was on. That's her name, right?
Anna Sale.
I was going to say Anna Faris.
Masculinity,
I was like, that's not right.
In 2018.
Yeah. We talked about that too, where she was like, guys have to learn a little bit better how to talk to each other. And it's I don't think it's unfair to say that a lot of people who are out there being like crazy on the internet are predominantly males, like when it comes to like trash talking and being more aggressive. And I think that's just because we need to learn a better way to talk to each other, right? Like, realistically, you're joking around about, but like, I've heard you actually have one-on-one conversations with a lot of people, Sean Finnegan included, about like, hey, real talk now, like, we're not on the internet, we're not joking around anymore, like, this is how I'm perceiving you, and you guys have good back and forths about that. And I think we do that here too. But there's a difference between that and then what we do publicly when we're in our public personas online, of like how I am talking trash to you.
Sure. You put the stickies on my the belt and leave it on the belt on my desk or whatever.
Yeah, things like that, where I'm not trying to say anything to you other than let's have fun today.
Yeah, of course. We're doing a professional wrestling thing. Yeah.
So I think people do, like, I think it's hard. There is murky territory there online where people go, hey, I kind of know Nick. I'm going to give Nick this feedback, but in this way where it is like kind of brutally offensive.
Here's the thing.
You're like,
it all comes back to professional wrestling. And stick with
really
me
does.
in the way
does.
that, I mean, now wrestling's in a very different place. But I feel like, imagine if when I was watching wrestling growing up in the late 80s, and then when I came back for like the Attitude Era even, right? Granted, the Attitude Era kind of revealed the curtain of like, all right, we're doing stuff, but it's not even nearly like it is now, right? Where it's like, I don't know, if you're not a professional wrestling fan, you have no idea how insane it is that Xavier Woods is Xavier Woods on TV, and then when he's on his YouTube channel or anywhere else, he gets to say, AKA Austin Creed, and use his name. Like, that's not fucking, no, Hulk Hogan was never being out like, I'm Terry Bollea. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what he fucking did.
Sup, guys?
But imagine it would be the same thing in a lot of ways, and where we get so confused with reality television, reality, internet personalities, whatever, in the way that it would be like when I fucking hated Yokozuna. When Yokozuna fucking, I'll never forget it, King of the Ring, man, beat Hulk Hogan and draped the American flag over Hulk Hogan and did the bonsai drop on him. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, as a kid, I was like, this is too far. Are you kidding me? But it would be like if Yokozuna's Twitter was Yokozuna still in character. And then I would be yelling at Yokozuna as a character. Whereas if that happened nowadays, it would be, forgive me, I don't remember the late wrestler's name who is Yokozuna, but it'd be like if Yokozuna had his Austin Creed account. I'm like, how the fuck dare you cross the line and do this? And like, I guess there's still an argument to that of like, well, maybe that's too far. But it would be like, dude, I'm just a character on TV, right? In the same way that, like, if you want to really give a shit about something we did in a party mode other than killing Andy because he sucks, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, that's like the same idea of like crossing the line. But it's so murky of what is a bit we're doing and what is us being real.
I think that's such a perfect example is the Rainbow Siege screw job. But it's like, was such a thing of like, it could have been on either side.
The term
Are people calling that? Is it the Rainbow Six screw job? Can we sell that shirt, please?
Screw job. That's
all when we're at hashtag Rainbow Six screw job.
That's a great example of it kind of blurring the lines of it really depending on how Andy was feeling that day.
Andy was pissed.
He was pissed.
He was not happy about that.
He was actually upset about it.
And that was one of those instances where I feel like I'm not saying we made the wrong choice on that, but Greg and I definitely, like, it maybe occurred to me, I was like, maybe we really are pissing Andy off, but we were so far committed to the bit that I'm like, I got to be a professional.
Hold on, I got Kind of Funny Kevin Coelho from the Kind of Funny press pool.
I don't know if this made it into the actual video because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but at one point I do tell you guys, that's enough, stop. And you guys are like, all right. So...
It was that thing where, with all due respect to Andy, he didn't have the vision Nick and I did for how great that episode would be.
See how great
because Andy was
was
like, "Oh, we only have so much time. We've already wasted so much time because, of course, nothing went right that day.
Yeah,
we could have gotten more party modes." I'm like, but this was a great party
Six.
mode. You know what I mean? This is a great moment.
That's the thing. Andy, I think that was really a watershed moment for Andy.
It
where
was,
he
man.
realized he came in all fucking nubile and beautiful, and he was the pretty one and all that shit. And me and Greg just took him down a fucking
He kept doing
peg.
that thing where he would sit down and get ready to edit the party mode, and I'd be like, "Stop doing an implied nude right now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me see it again, Greg. Let me see your implied nude. Give it to me, you sexy motherfucker. Yeah, daddy likes.
See, it's implied that I'm naked.
I don't understand. Like, I don't think you know what implied.
You're not. Maybe
What does implied mean?
I don't think you know
What does implied mean?
I don't
Tell
know
me.
what nude means.
Greg, I'm sorry. Maybe it's because he's not seeing it from my perspective.
Kevin, bring up the fucking dictionary for implied. Here's what I'm saying, though.
Give it to him. What do you think? Boochie.
Nothing about that's implied.
What do you think of
Implied
Bucci?
sexuality, perhaps.
I'm telling you,
Implied.
implied,
No, here's
implied, suggested but not directly expressed.
Here's what I need you to
when
do.
all you're doing is covering your nips, that's not implied. You are nude.
Yeah, you're pretty much nude.
You're implying there's nips there.
Then
Yeah.
it should be implied nips. I'll give you that. If you want to give
What's the
implied
definition of nude?
asshole,
So-
nude is nips.
So I think where this kind of where this crosses over here is like, what if someone is like behind an object, like a sheet or something? You don't know if they're wearing clothes under the sheet. That's the implied
Franklin
nude.
Sizemore, good job there. All right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Wouldn't that also be an implied
No,
closed
he's right.
option?
He's right.
Exactly.
No,
Schroeder's box. Schroeder's
That's not
cat.
how
No,
that
yeah, you're doing it. You're getting there. You're working through it live. I love it. I love watching you guys.
The implied nudes. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, if you're
No, I'm right there with you, man. Look at it. I'm with you. I'm with you. LaCroix boys for life.
champ to champ.
Champ 2, champ for life. There it is. That's the real one.
That's the real one.
That's the full.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a topic of conversation for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, just like Franklin did.
He did.
Where you could support us, get on the show, get thank you videos, get, right now, this month, fan mail, get an autographed photo from the champ, Nick Scarpino. I can't wait to see these fucking photos you guys are taking.
Well, we should take them.
Yesterday, Kevin's like, I brought the camera. You're like, I didn't bring my jean jacket. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
You told now, and I quote, "Hey, we're gonna take these pictures." And Greg Miller raised his hand and goes, "You should wear just a jean jacket with no shirt."
Yeah.
And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god,
okay.
are you gonna do that?
Well, what I thought was
Sunglasses, jean
denim on
jacket, and I
denim.
want the laser grid back here. On
Do
this
we
thing.
have one of
D&D.
the? Do we have one of the blue onesies that I could wear underneath?
Yes.
The,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So
Here.
I'll put that on.
Yeah, mine's hanging in there. I mean, it's mine, but
I was thinking about putting that on, sunglasses, denim over that.
Yeah.
Denim.
Then
Call it a
lasers
day. That's
behind
the
it.
champ look. Yeah, lasers.
I say fully naked. Cover the nips.
Implied nude.
Implied nude.
do the Shawn Michaels and just
Or
have the
maybe
belt
I'll
cover
just have
your
the
Shawn.
balls to fucking not cover the nips, and you guys can just have a naked picture of
Yeah,
me.
dude.
Because it's the same fucking thing
Let's
anyway.
fucking go, man.
Nailed it. He nailed that too.
What's the difference between seeing the tip of my nipples? Because I want everyone just to go nude all the time. All the
Pus
time.
coming out of the dick
go,
hole.
dude.
Of course, on patreon.com/kindafunny, you can watch us record the shows live as we do for just $1. That gives you the pre and post show as well. If you want that pre and post show, guess what? Friday, it goes up as one big video on patreon.com/kindafunny. There's a smaller MP3 that goes up as well, no pre-post show. And then if you don't want to give us any bucks, it's no big deal. youtube.com/kindafunny. The following Friday, it is up. Of course, there's a new episode on Patreon. Go there.
Word of the day.
Word of
for
the day.
Game Over Greggy show. Leave it in the comments.
Sure.
Bleached asshole.
Oh, Jesus
That's
God.
2 words.
You guys don't
Okay,
know
fine. You
how
want
word
to
of the
how about
day
Blashhole?
works.
Can't wait for the Burrow folks to show
Blashhole.
up and be like, let's see the show we sponsored. Bleached asshole, bleach asshole, bleach asshole. Kind of funny pinned bleach asshole.
You know, I wouldn't have expected anything less on an episode I've come
Of
here
course.
to do.
Franklin, where can people find you?
You can find me on the internet at the Arctic Sloth on any social media platform.
Okay. We love you.
would
You're
you
a
bleach
great
it?
dude. Thank you for the support. Yeah, pimp your podcast, man.
Oh, yes, I also do a weekly PlayStation podcast at PS Report Podcast on Twitter. You can find it on iTunes and Google Play at the PlayStation Report.
What do you think? You know what? Here's a question for you to stew on, and then we're going to go to the post show. You can answer it there. I want to
Yes.
know your thoughts on that translucent blue PlayStation 4 Pro.
It is
all right?
so fucking
I just said
beautiful. I
hold it
should-
for the fucking post show. You just gave away the content. I was trying to tease them in to come in over.
But they don't know
You
what me
fucking
and Nick's
said-
opinions
I know
are, so
yours
they're
is
gonna have to
bullshit.
wait.
And I'm going to fucking talk to you about
have
that.
to wait.
About
Ladies and
this.
gentlemen, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. And now it's the post show. You love it?
it
It's
is.
great, right?
Yes, it is
Oh, my
beautiful,
fucking
and
God.
I want it.
What's your
in
fucking
me.
problem?
It's
Why
a
do you like it?
90%, dude. The fucking the gold, the bronze, the whatever you want to call it.
Don't like it.
Throws it off.
You don't even
man.
see it. You don't
It
even know.
cheapens the
That's it,
entire
that's
thing,
Fuck
man.
off, man. It is
The controller,
beautiful.
the controller is beautiful. The whole thing should have been just like the controller.
Emlyn Barden says Nick should imply his schlong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Cool.
Implied schlong, dude.
Implied schlong.
Thank you for turning. What did you think? Do you like the translucent PlayStation 4?
I like it. I'm with Tim though. I think the bronze kind of
You
throws
guys
off
are
a little bit.
monsters. You're gonna see it in
cheapens
real life. You're gonna be like, "This is beautiful."
I
Dude,
like
a whole
the
bunch.
Spider-Man
It is
one better.
beautiful, but then it has things that throw it off, and it's like when you have a work of art,
Overdone. It's too
that's
much. It's too
yeah,
much.
Too much. It's just too
It's
much.
that extra 2% they put in that ruins
Yep.
the whole thing.
And that's always how it is, man. Overproduced.
Corey says, "Nick, ask Franklin to take off his shoe and shirt, and you'll show him a trick." Lol.
Okay, we'll do that
I like
later.
the addition of this shirt.
The shirt too. Yeah, well,
Take off the shoe and your shirt.
You know how it goes. It slowly
I
gets
do.
crazier.
Joe Merton says, "Awesome stuff." Chris says, "Fantastic stuff." Thank you guys. Or I guess Joe said, "Fantastic show." Or awesome. Fuck it. You know, you guys like the show. Thanks.
Greasy
Your
Fossin
hair
says
right now, dude. I love it.
it's.
I
amazing.
was
It's
like,
getting bulky.
I was like, I need a haircut. I'll get it this weekend. Fire Pro Wrestling 2, good, couldn't stop. Monday night, I'm like, I'm gonna come home and get a haircut. Jen actually had to go outside of the house to work. I had to walk Porty. Got home. Little guy didn't want to go back in his bag.
get
I
it,
understand. Tonight, Jen and I have been talking, right? Of like, let's go see 8th grade. Let's go see
Do it.
8th grade. Stick with me. I want to see it. That's not the problem I'm about to get to. She has one of her devs from the messenger in, right? And I like Terry. I want to hang out with them too. And so it was last night. They were out drinking. I was like, I'm too tired to come out. Like, let me go home. I'll take care of Porty. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And so it's like, all right, cool. Tomorrow with Terry, do you want to go? I want to show them the Alamo Draft House, the best theater in San Francisco. And
False.
true.
Unequivocally.
You know what? Let's just save it for another day.
Vocab words.
Save for it's a great job.
Thank you.
She's like, all right, cool, let's go see 8th grade. And I was like, ooh, I looked at the things. I'm like, oof, 10:35 is the only showing we can make tomorrow. She's like, I'm in if you're in. And I was like, fuck, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll go. And so
No
I'm going to
movies
go
up
home
at
and get a
9
haircut. It's going to be bad. I'm going to fall asleep during it probably. But
No,
with
you
my
won't.
Alamo victory rewards, I get free popcorn. So that's cool.
wait, did that kick
you'll
in now?
you'll be awake for it.
Greg,
Are you doing the Alamo thing? How much does it cost?
Wait, no. I'm in the rewards program, not the season pass thing.
Greg,
Yeah.
let me paint a different picture for you.
Sure.
You know, a long
But
time
anyways,
ago,
I'm trying to get a haircut tonight.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a decade called the 80s. And in the 80s, people had amazing hair where they just let it grow out a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, one of these movies, if you'll remember, is a little-known film called Back to the Future. Now, you're getting close to what I like to call Michael J. Fox hair. I say let it go. Just let it go.
The problem is there's that awkward thing. Did you ever go to, and when we were at the old, when we were at the first IGN office, like
Yeah.
2009,
Thanks,
8,
Kevin Mason.
I had my
Wasn't
old
the first.
Columbia, Missourian press pass hanging there
Yeah.
from college where I just let it go.
Yeah.
And I was fucking like 300 pounds and I had this
You're a
like
big boy.
big part coming down.
Love it. Michael J.
Like,
Fox.
it was cool. It was, no, that was not Michael J. Fox.
Alex P. Keaton.
I looked like the fat guy from Head of the Class who went on to write a bunch
Kevin,
of
can
stuff.
you Google Alex
you
P.
ever
Keaton and
300
show me a picture of him and see if this is what we're
you know
talking
what?
about?
It's a great question. How heavy I ever got.
Jesus.
Because I'll tell you, I would tell you for 300, no, but I must have been getting close.
Well, what are you right now? Like 260, 250?
No, right now I just got weighed today. What was it? It was 238.
Oh, wow.
Which is,
Okay.
and I just had breakfast, right? So like, cause I had gotten down to 230 at one point when I was riding every day. So that said, looking back at photos of me, like remember that
This
time?
one's talking about here. Right
Yeah.
here. That's the hair we need.
Yeah,
from
okay.
here right
That's the
there.
hair we
need. Yeah.
Do you see that? Can you bring that up there? Oh, we got that right.
I love how long it is in the back.
In the back.
That's
A lot of people didn't understand that it needs to get some girth in the back.
Sure.
You've almost got it, but you have to cut a little short on the sides, let it grow in the back. Damon Hatfield it a little bit.
No, Damon's
Hatfield
got
it
great
a
hair.
little
This
bit.
isn't even in the same ballpark as him.
No,
but
Damon
if you
has the
remember, we did that thing where we looked
hipster.
through photos, and Nick had the amazing comment of. What? You're not letting yourself go. You're gone. And like, so that's the thing of like, I didn't step on a scale at all during that time, but you look at that and it's like, wow, I was
You were a
fucking
big boy.
humongous. So
You were
it's
like a potato.
I must have been. I mean,
You're probably
250
270.
easy, yeah. So what am I up to? 270 maybe? 250? I don't even, or 60? I don't know.
It's hard, man. Shit sneaks up on you. You gotta be real careful.
Real careful. Sneaks up quick.
Marcus.
Now here's my problem with Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin just said it sneaks up quick too. I've never seen another human being able to drop weight, pick up weight as fast as Kevin Coelho.
My friend Brandon Chu, the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He is the one person more than Kevin.
Kevin's
Where
just like,
I've seen him fluctuate over 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Back and
Kevin
forth.
started riding his bike last week and he looks fucking amazing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That's very
You're
kind.
welcome.
Well, Kevin's also doing a good diet. It's all how you eat. It's all what you put in your body. It is, with the exception of the 80 Coronas that we have on the table right now. There it is.
You
I'd
like
like
that?
another, but
Lasers.
You want
Okay.
to take it right now? While we're doing the post show?
Oh, that's going to be good.
Sure.
Oh, that's a great push of it.
Let
What
me
are we
go. Let
gonna
me go
do?
get dressed.
Yeah, Kevin, can
Let
you grab
Daddy get dressed.
Mr. Sizemore beer as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
You want a Corona or IPA?
anything. Your pick.
Ignacio Rojas says, Greg, glad to hear you're cancer free. At least in June, I've been cancer free. How much longer do you have to go for checkups? Checkups the rest of my life, once a year. Last year at 5 years, I got moved from every 6 months to once a year. Now though, it's a trick. Because last year when I went she was like, oh man, you're like, cool, everything's great. I want to say white blood cells. They seem low. They're not like dangerously low, but they're a little bit low. So she gave me a piece of paper. She's like, I want you to take this to one of the offices in 6 months to get a blood test. I was like, cool. I fucking never did it. You know what I mean? So I went in there today and she's like, oh, wait, you never did. I'm like, no. She's like, well, we can do it here. And like, I was fine. I was totally fine. But then she gave me another one like 6 months. I'm like, all right, man. But you can just walk into these things. But like, who wants to? I don't know. That seems weird.
Yeah,
who wants to just walk in?
that.
Testing to see the meringue.
Oh, I hear you. I'm just posing for you. Mr. Yasman 300 says, Greg and Tim, did you see the Eurogamer article about Team Fortress 2's Toxicity Pro? I did not. No. I've been
These
doing this
things
show.
just popping up left and right, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just that shitty thing of somebody's like, oh, man, the internet's bad. Like, well, yeah, no, the internet's always been bad.
See these
It's always-
goofballs plugged on? They're actually my friends. They do their own YouTube channel. They
Plugged
do,
on?
Yeah. They do weird metal, well, not weird, but they do metal reviews and all kinds of other stuff.
Metal reviews.
Yeah.
Music
They
or
used-
actual
they used-
metal?
They used to be known as Weekly Metal Reviews. They rebranded to Plugged On
But
Biz.
was it music or like
It
they
was
picked
music.
up
It
different
was
kinds
mu-
of metal? Okay.
They did not pick up like
I was-
what is
that's
it?
like a weird
Steel,
thing.
cobalt,
Yeah, exactly.
bronze,
Exactly.
What,
Can it
what
stop
is
a
it-
bullet?
what is this
Yeah,
shit?
that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they're cool.
Kevin A6 says, Tim, what is the best theater in SF if you don't think it's the Alamo?
See, here's the thing. I don't think there is a theater in SF or in the SF area that is definitively the best theater. I think they all have enough
Pros and cons. Oh.
enough cons that I'm like, there's
okay.
none that stand above the rest. However, the Metreon has the only true IMAX theater in the Bay Area. So because of that,
Wait, isn't San Jose also a
San
true
Jose
IMAX?
is
That's
like
too far.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's still in the Bay Area.
okay,
guys.
you're right. You're
Okay.
right. In the San Francisco area,
Monopoly's
the rest are
best
Limax.
theater ever in San Diego.
as
You
they're,
guys should
as
go
they're
there.
called.
See, I think this just comes down to what we pros and cons, obviously, and what we value in the hierarchy of needs. Laszlo's hierarchy of needs when it comes to movies.
It really depends if you want to go to a movie to watch the movie or if you want to go to a movie to eat
You're being
dinner.
an asshole. Yeah, you're being an asshole.
There's a big difference there.
I want to go there and have fun. Yeah, I want to be able to get stuff and do things. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want.
See the
I
lights.
like the.
So many lights.
They're not that bad.
See the guys bustling back
Yeah,
and
who
forth.
the fuck cares?
I hate the
Guess
lights
what?
so
I'm not
much.
fucking watching this thing being like, is this really happening? Am I in the world right now? No, I'm having a great time in a fucking movie. And I like the throwback theater feel.
Because you're not good theaters. That's why. Why not? I'm telling you.
He's
I've been to
nailing
your IMAX theater a million times. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but you never. We get the tickets too late, so we never get good seats.
I've been there without you a bunch of times. I watched the
Have you?
Batman v Superman trailer there twice.
Yeah.
it. Trailer.
Yeah. Some say the best part of the movie. Some say the best part of the
Some
movie.
do. Some do.
telling you guys, Sinopolis is the best theater experience you'll ever have.
Can everybody do me a favor right
Sure.
now? And when you're done with this post show or right now, just open a new tab.
Get in a car.
Open the Batman v Superman trailer reaction that we did. Because goddamn,
I watched that
that's
recently,
not
too.
some of the best kind of funny
watched that,
content we've
too.
ever made. What I love about it so much is you are as fanatical about Batman, or about the DC universe back then, like at that moment in time when there was still hope.
So you're talking about the cinematic universe?
Yeah. Well, you're about DC, but specifically watching that trailer got you hyped to the level that Smash Bros does me.
Gotcha.
Where you're just you're
screaming.
so in a way where it's just like, does anyone care about these details? And what I love is you go off on this rant about what the movie's gonna be, and it's just so wrong. It is just,
My movie would have really
your
good though.
movie would've been
My movie
awesome,
would have really good.
But
Man.
it's so you were just like, it's bizarro. This is happening, and it's like.
Hey, it kind of was.
Kinda. Yeah.
Really
it's fucking
sad.
really stupid.
Rudy
idea.
Ortiz says, "Do you guys have a Dolby Theater up in SF?" We do at the Metreon.
Not that great.
What? Have
It's
you?
just there's nothing special about it.
What do you mean?
I watched Last Jedi in it.
No, you didn't.
I didn't watch it with you, Tim. I didn't watch it with you. I do things on my own, Tim.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you did.
I'm sure that I did.
But with the Dolby support, I don't think it had it until later. That was a re-release with Last Jedi with Dolby. Dolby was new. Dolby, like they introduced with Titanic
Interesting.
when they brought it back.
Wasn't
I
that-
haven't done it yet. I'm very excited about it.
Are you sure?
I canceled Movie Pass today, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, good. You're still gonna get charged. Apparently, that's the new thing I see on Twitter all the
That's if
time.
you're done.
What happened?
I talked
what
to Joey about
happened-
it.
Yeah, what happened
She
is
told me
that
what to do.
she canceled it and then agreed to the new charge, like the new rules.
Joey.
I know it was Joey's fault. We all blame her.
Okay, good.
Let's not blame Movie Pass for a minute.
But I'm getting AMC. I'm getting stubs. It's happening.
Idiot, I hate you.
They got Kabuki, man.
I hate
If you have, I'm sure you can do other ways too, because I just did it. But if you're a member of the Alamo Victory Club, you can just go ahead and try to. You can get into the beta right now. You can say, "Hey, I'm interested in the Alamo Unlimited movies." Yeah.
How much is it?
Don't know yet.
I don't think
The AMC thing it's too fucking good. Everything they're offering.
No,
it's
Movie Pass was too good.
It was, and here we are. But like the AMC thing, I'm like, you get percentage off the concessions. You can reserve whatever the fuck you want, including IMAX and Dolby. I'm there, man.
Panzer G6 says, "Poor Joester."
Poor Joester is true.
Poor
Mr. Yasman 300 says, Tim, thoughts on "Hey There Delilah" song getting made into a TV show?
What's it like?
God, it's
What?
Yes.
I do.
That was fuego.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Queen. Guys, do you want this photo of the champ, Nick Scarpino, on a laser background?
God.
Patreon.com/kindafunny.
Yo,
And patreon.com/kindafunny. Kevin's taking a photo with the lens cap on.
I just find it bizarre that you keep passing around a championship between people who are horrible at video games.
It's an opinion.
Damn.
I'll get Fire Pro out here right now. I'll take you to the woodshed. Don't worry.
Go
about
ahead.
it.
Try
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot
I
of
dare
work.
you.
It's a lot of work.
What a,
Can you come stand right
what a
here, please?
look.
Champ, you're needed in the front. Your
We
friend.
may have nailed it.
I mean, shouldn't everybody else get
out of
the frame?
It's a tight
Yeah.
shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
Let me see it.
Yeah,
Let me see it. If everybody else is freaking out.
That is the shot.
Jesus.
That's the shot.
It's
yeah.
too good. You're too good.
I'm gonna go and print it out.
We're done.
Do we want to?
I'm like disappointed. I thought it was gonna be a longer
Yeah.
photo.
Do we want to?
Wait, let's do it. Let's do it.
That's definitely drifting.
Greg, why are you trying to fucking
Yeah,
make us
should we?
anything more than
There's
that?
someone in the corner there. I was gonna crop it a little
No,
bit.
I'll have Andy just Photoshop.
Well, no, usually
This is what happens here,
headshots
ladies and
aren't your
gentlemen.
whole
No,
torso.
you gotta keep that. Just have Andy just take that part. and
Yes,
then
you do,
zhuzh it
Kevin
up with
Ace.
the
Yes, you
Can I
do.
give it to you and have you zhuzh it up?
Or you could just retake it.
No,
Jeremy
Has
Krecklow,
he
we are
done
not
the
doing the
Alexa
watch along.
Bliss
Sorry.
pose with the
I don't know what's the
championship
Alexa
belt?
Bliss pose. I'm not one person.
With it behind your head, like
get out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way.
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York
They're making
City?
a TV
You're-
show.
Yeah, 1,000 miles away, girl. But
Seems
tonight.
weird. Isn't it just New Girl?
I mean, that's the thing. Everybody's all. I mean, they made a fucking movie out of Battleship. All right, fuck off, everybody. They're fine. with
Have
it.
you seen Battleship?
No, of course not. I respect
I've
my
seen
money.
30 minutes of Battleship at Nick's house when we were designing the Kind of Funny logo, and it was fucking magical.
I hate you.
They did it, man. They went all in. Rihanna was there.
I know she was. Rihanna.
I heard Umbrella yesterday. Fuck, what a good song.
No, you can stop posing. They're not taking the photo anymore. They're not taking the photos.
I mean, it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's.
There's
they're all
not.
amazing.
I don't see any.
I can't take a bad photo.
Please, once this is once
this
it's
is- this is
we put it out
fantastic.
saying, "Hey, come get this thing."
Y'all are in for a treat.
Fuck,
Put it as
dude.
your Twitter.
They're really good.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Oh my god, dude!
It's so good. It's just something about your torso being exposed. It's just awesome.
It's implied. It's implied.
It's an implied. Sorry, baby.
No, we
sorry.
went over this. That is not.
Implied, dude.
It's implied that underneath your clothes you're all naked.
There's an endless story.
Greg, this is
There's the man I chose.
Yeah, see, that's implied
It's
that
my
I'm seeing his
territory.
ass right now.
Hey, shout out
Second
to,
favorite Shakira song.
Arctic
Jesus, it's
Sloth.
5:21.
Really, like that is what implied is with the like sheet on top where it's like, oh, am I naked underneath? You tell
I mean,
me.
I'm with Greg on this one. Stop using the
See,
term
I'm
implied.
trying to.
It's not implied that
I'm
you're nude
doing
if
the
you're
wrong
nude.
thing
Wasn't
here,
this
where I'm
your
trying to be
argument?
right about
No, no,
things.
I'm with
where
Greg.
You
this is
nailed it.
this
You
is a
nailed
show.
it.
This is a show about
Champ
being
to
wrong.
champ.
I can't believe how quick we took that. Like,
Nailed it. Crushed it.
holy shit.
I'm telling you guys right now.
Stephen
fan mail
Henry
tier.
says,
You
I'd
wanna
get
say
that
shit?
tattooed on me. I fucking dare you, Stephen Henry.
What?
Get your picture.
Fuck, okay, I'll pay for it. I'll fucking pay for it
That
however
might be
big you want.
expensive, especially to do good.
I don't give a fuck. I will pay for it. I don't care if it's thousands of dollars. You get a tattoo of me done on you. It has to be life size though.
Oh.
Well, there it is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the post show for the Game Over Greggy show. Thank you so much for loving us, supporting us, taking care of us, just like young Franklin Sizemore did. So young. So young.
Give me the Arctic.
So supple.
Give me the Arctic Sloth howl. There it is. See? Remember? Well, you already know. Patreon.com. This is where you're watching it. Thank you for your support. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to do the pointing now. Goodbye.
If you ever start a production company called Arctic Sloth, you have to have the sloth on a snowy mountain and have it go. "Arr." People won't know what's up, but it's artistic.
That's true. You do have to.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you got to leave now and I got a point.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I love you. You're great. You did great. Great job. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Good. You were great. I love you.
Probably should take my jacket.
Nah, who cares?
I got that lint roller if you want it.
You ready, Kev?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the Game Over Greggy show, everybody. Click up here to go to our Patreon page where you can get your very own autographed photo of the champ, Nick Scarpino, if you support us at the fan mail tier. Plus, you get the episodes early. Click down there to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click over here for more Game Over Greggy show episodes. Click down there to check out our sister site, Kinda Funny Games. We talk about video games and everything else under the video game sun. Until next time, this book could be a hat.